James is not tough enough to live in Harriman. He's going to have to move.
Harriman? Harriman is a tough place.
Yeah.
Lots of fights go on in Harriman.
Yep.
Okay.
Street fights all the time.
Because?
Well, on this day, this is a bit of a roundabout way.
Okay.
Gene Taylor, it's his birthday today. He was born July 2nd, 1952. An American pianist, best known for his boogie-woogie style. Played with Canned Heat and the Blasters.
Yeah.
And the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Although he was not on that song.
No, but he toured with them.
He toured with them.
So interesting story about Gene Taylor. How he joined the Fabulous Thunderbirds is he was with the Blasters, and they were opening for the Fabulous Thunderbirds. And a couple members of the Blasters were fighting and not going on stage and being difficult, and so he walked over to the Fabulous Thunderbirds bus and knocked on the door and said, "Hey, you want a piano player?
Can I be with you guys instead?"
Other interesting thing about him is how he died. Here's what it says in the Austin Statesman, the newspaper in Austin, Texas. Gene Taylor, renowned blues and boogie-woogie pianist who moved to Austin in the 90s to play with the Fabulous Thunderbirds, died Saturday at home in North Austin. He was 68. This was in 2021. Taylor's housemate, filmmaker Monty McMillan, said that he found Taylor's body in bed Saturday morning. The house had been without heat for 5 days due to the statewide power outages. Remember these in Texas?
Yep.
I don't know what happened. He died of hypothermia in his house.
So, Fabulous Thunderbirds, that song, Tough Enough, is considered, well, it was on VH1's One Hit Wonders.
Yeah.
The One Hit Wonders. They really didn't have any other. And in the band is their lead guitar player, Jimmy Vaughn, who is the older brother of Stevie Ray Vaughan. Mm-hmm. And
he taught Stevie how to play.
And that song, Tough Enough, as I listen to it, I can't imagine that Tom Jones has not done that song. Can you take a quick look and see if he's done that song? It's for some reason I just kept hearing Tom Jones sing that song. Of course, to be honest,
Tom Jones.
I hear Tom Jones singing every song in my head. Any song we play, I think I can hear Tom Jones singing that.
Could it be that, Kim kind of sounds like me?
Yeah.
He does.
Because there's nothing here, but
he does.
Going back to how he died, his roommate said, "I don't know exactly what happened. We were both staying in our own beds trying to keep warm. Like they hibernated in their house for 5 days.
Yeah,
I came out of it okay, and he didn't. When I went to check on him, he was gone."
Well, that's what happened.
That's the power grid in Texas.
Yeah, that's.
Of course, they're proclaiming, you see, it's working now. You know why? Wind and solar have backed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you would think in 2021, you're not dying of hypothermia in your apartment in Texas.
Gina, do you know how many people die in this country because of weather-related events?
But specifically those two things. In Texas, of hypothermia. That's weird.
Well, they had a cold spell. The people just die of weather-related stuff all the time. There are people dropping dead right now because it's too damn hot.
Oh, they must have played over at the Zephyr.
Oh, the Blasters?
Sure.
Yeah.
Blasters all the time. Yeah, they were here quite a lot.
I'm sure the Fabulous Thunderbirds played there, I'm sure.
Oh, I know they did.
Yeah.
That's how they made their money, playing bars.
That's right.
And they probably made a little money off that song, but
A little bit.
I like the video for Tough Enough. It's them on a soundstage playing, and sexy construction workers, women dressed as construction workers, dancing around them.
You got to have the eye candy in there, Kim.
Yeah.
You got to have the eye candy.
Well, am I tough enough? Am I tough enough? Because you're a tough construction worker girl.
Yeah, I don't think you can handle her.
No. No. I couldn't. I don't know about.
You're not alpha enough for her.
No. I don't know about, maybe the Fabulous Thunderbirds could, but I certainly couldn't. Yeah. Well, it's hot in here again. I hate to complain, but let me complain. Once again, no air conditioning in the studio. Yesterday, we came in, no air conditioning. It finally kicked on after an hour or so. And same thing here this morning.
Carrie and I have surmised that it's on a timer where they think, well, that show doesn't start till 6, so you don't need to cool it down until 6.
I think that's an interesting surmise, but they know, the building guy knows that we're here and we get hot and we're hot. He knows.
And conversely, Katie has heard that they're working on it in the next couple of weeks, which we get every year.
Yeah, trying to improve
every year.
We're fixing the system.
Yeah.
Well, it's yeah. I don't know. I think maybe we should go sit at our desks and do the show with Comrectors, because it's cool in that part of the office.
I'll tell you what, you're not here on Monday, but if we get here on Monday
and it's like this, should we turn around and leave?
Turn right around and go back. Just have Katie throw on some best ofs and we'll leave.
And Katie can stay here.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Whenever we throw a fit,
that's true.
Katie's stuck.
That's true.
Yeah. Right. all those fits we throw them all the time and leave. How many times have we walked out and left the show?
That damn morning show.
Yeah. How many times?
Never.
In 40 years.
Even through an earthquake, damn it. All right. Well, anyway.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
All right, we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back with your check-ins. And maybe I'll tell you I've got a Mike Lee joke, Senator Mike Lee joke.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Maybe I'll tell you my Senator Mike Lee joke.
I mean, he's a joke, but
I'll tell you. Okay. Anyway, but check in with us, 877-602-9696. That's the number. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. We like to hear from you in the morning, even if it's hotter than hell in here. 877-602-9696. Check in with us, or you can text us if you prefer, 339.
877-602-3986.
All right, 6:20. Let's get this over with.
All right, let's. We'll take your check-ins at 877-602-9696. That's the telephone number. Use it. 877-602-9696. Check in with us. You can also text us 33986. Do we have a sponsor?
I could be talking about your business and or product right here, and instead I'm just saying this.
You're just flapping your gums, not doing any good at all. So why don't you prevent Gina from doing that? And
do me a favor and sponsor
do us
the
all
opening
a favor
of the show.
All right. The moon is it's in the first quarter now. It's 47.3% of full. The moon will rise today at 1:43 p.m. Today being Wednesday, it's the second day of July. In the year of our Lord, oh Lordy Lord, 2025, and it is hot. It's National Disco Day.
Oh, if I'd have known.
We could open with disco.
No,
Why?
No, as celebrated in New Zealand. So.
But,
okay.
you know.
Right, well.
It's Lint Awareness Day. Be aware.
Oh,
of
I'm
lint.
aware.
Lint. Be aware of lint.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's World UFO Day. I don't know, whatever. And it's I Forgot Day.
Is it, or did you forget?
I Forgot Day. It's I Forgot Day.
Oh, okay.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going live with an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson, right there, putting on his hat. I'm Bill Allred, right here, hatless. Gina Barberi over there. She may have a hat on, we just can't see it. It's concealed on her person somewhere. Gina Barberi, a Lord of Morning Radio. Katie for short is our fine producer. And who's in there? Who's helping out? I can't see. I don't know who it is.
I can't see over the computer either.
All right. And the dog. We know the dog is in there. Vax the dog. And now we're going to go to your check-ins.
Ari's
It's Ari.
Oh, it's Ari. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Ari. We'll go to your check-ins at 877-602-9696. Oh, I see somebody's on the phone. Maybe I just have a quick chance to tell my Mike Lee joke. You want to hear it?
Well, all right then.
All right. And I've got a bunch of them, but I'll just do one.
Okay.
Why did Utah Senator Mike Lee tiptoe past the medicine cabinet?
Why did Mike Lee tiptoe past
Utah Senator Mike Lee.
Senator.
Why did he tiptoe past the medicine cabinet?
I don't.
He didn't want to wake up the sleeping pills.
Oh,
I see what's happening
He told
here.
somebody that. He told somebody that just the other day. Somebody saw him in the Senate infirmary. Said, Mike, why are you tiptoeing around? He said, I don't want to wake up the sleeping pills.
all right. Let's begin with, is it Brody? I think it's Brody.
Brody in Rexburg.
Lord.
Hi, Brody.
It's our barbecue champ.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm going back July 25th for another round for a chance at $500, but I'm not gonna be making anything fancy right now.
You're just straight ahead barbecue?
I'm gonna go straight ahead barbecue. Except a lot of people say that I'm gonna do a brisket, but I don't think I have 20 hours to do a brisket, so I'm gonna do a tri-tip instead.
Ooh, I love a tri-tip.
I think you're getting kind of cocky, Brody.
We're
That's
doing tri-tip for the 4th of July. That's our.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
On
good.
And
the
weirdly
trigger.
enough, I'm doing a brisket for the 4th of July. My mom wants me to practice one.
Could you practice a brisket on me, please?
We're doing lasagna.
lasagna.
You know, that's the traditional 4th of July meal, lasagna, with a nice
you get
side
a
salad.
frozen one, you throw it in the smoker, and you wait until the fireworks come out. You enjoy your lasagna.
You bet. By the way, I've got my fireworks all ready. You can start lighting off fireworks at 11 o'clock today.
They're all lined up.
And I've got my black cats. I've got my ladyfingers. I got several M80s, a couple of cherry bombs, and snakes. So I'm ready to go.
All right.
Thanks,
You're gonna
Brody.
start with the snakes, or you're going to go? Oh, have a good day, Lord.
Well,
Thanks for
you never
checking.
close with the snakes, Brody.
No, you start with the
Start
snakes.
with the
Start with the snakes. You always close with the big finish.
The thing that's good about the snakes is they leave marks on your driveway and sidewalk that remain throughout the year.
Oh, yeah.
So you can remember the good times you had lighting snakes.
All right.
Wow, what a 4th.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brody.
Then we go have lasagna.
Yep. Let's see. Johnny B checking in while listening while walking the scaffolding
Be
planks.
careful.
3 or 4 more days to get to the masonry at the top of the wall. Mixer driver Shane still in Tickaboo. Jello Salad Annie, hello and good morning. I'm scared of bidets. I love you.
They're wonderful. Don't be scared.
I miss my bidet.
Well, there is a maybe she had an encounter with a bidet. There's one brand that goes boo before it starts.
Yeah, they're not doing well. Just heard parts from yesterday's show, and as well went from Japan to Spain. Take money to Spain. They don't have that many card readers.
Take cash, you mean.
Japan was futuristic. Spain is old school. Just heads up. That was 8 years ago. All right. Mike in Nashville checking in. Thanks, and we'll put you on hold. Zane of Dallas checking in. Is the human-animal doctor tough enough to send his must-goes in?
God bless you, Zane.
Well, it's our veterinarian today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Josh Davis?
Yeah, Josh is here.
Sorry.
And we do need your things that must go. Thank you, Zane, for reminding me. Send whatever is bothering you right now via email, radiofromhell@x96.com. We'll make it go away in about a half an hour.
We'll accept them for the next 30 minutes.
So if I say my thing that must go is the heat in this studio,
We'll make it. It will go away, Bill.
I would count on that.
I hope so.
Let's see. Sketchy Blake of Ogden. Anyone else ready for a nap? Well, in the heat in this room.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know when you guys negotiate your contract, but you should put a mandatory air conditioning in your contract.
Yes.
Well, Sid.
Yes,
well,
we should.
There's a situation there. Katie checking in from San Pete. Calvin from the Dell checking in. Thanks for letting me listen. Tristan from the most west of Jordans checking in. John the Liberal in a literal coal mine checking in. On vacation for the 4th of July weekend, then back to the hole in the ground.
You really are a coal miner, John? Wow.
I get the black lung pop. All right. Mishak Averta checking in, walking into work early so that I can beat the traffic out of...
Twiller, yeah.
I thought it said toilet there for a second. But, yeah.
Twilla's just... Is
it a mess today?
It's just construction. It's the same spot every day, yeah.
Pipe and wire guy Chuck checking in from Stansbury Park for Infiniteam. There's an aluminum ladder on I-80 east half a mile west of the I-215 on-ramp.
I've already got one, so it's for you. Anybody want it, go get it.
Salem Steve checking in. Damn Mike Lee effing... Oh my goodness.
Careful.
Yeah.
No.
Don't do that, Salem Steve. Chef Roy checking in. I feel for you guys. I go to the same thing with the AC in my kitchen every summer. Yep.
Yeah, if you're in a professional kitchen,
oh yeah,
those are you're kind of dealing with the same thing. You've got equipment that's hot, and then if the AC isn't working on top of that, it's
a professional kitchen is going to be hot no matter what. And that's just part of the job. It's not part of our job. We're not cooking anything in here.
We're cooking jokes, Bill.
Mikkel of Reno checking in, signing in for duty.
When are yours going to be done, Gina?
Let's see. Alex in the land full of bounty checking in. Bountiful. Let's see. Midvale's Rousdower checking in, also with some more Infiniteam there for you, Gina.
Okay.
Luis of Harrisburg, PA checking in. Troy of Riverton. Woodworker Willie. Watch out for wasps and hornets.
Where?
One got me in the neck and another in the ear, and now I look weirder than normal all swole up. Kelly from the most center of the Villes checking in. Quinn the barber checking in. Lee in Midvale. Gina, I want to make sure you know about the Iron Maiden 50th anniversary Eddie.
Oh.
There was an email that had a picture of it.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's an action figure. It has features from all the previous ones. It looks awesome.
Oh, I'll have to check it out.
I think it's in the Radio from Hell email.
Okay.
Gina.
Metal Shop Mark. Arnie of Tooele. Again, more Infiniteam traffic. Patrick, the friendly neighborhood middle school teacher, starting a new gig this week. Yes, I am an underground coal miner, and it is rather pleasant.
Working in a coal mine, going down.
Except for the black lung pop.
Coal mine.
Get some Infiniteam traffic going.
Yeah, Midvale Rousdower says I-215 northbound to the 201, looking just fine so far. And yeah, Chuck saying that that free aluminum ladder, I-80 east, half mile west of the I-215 ramp. Let's see, where was that other one? Tooele SR36 is bad even without construction. They need a second road, not a wider one. That's a good point there. And there is still some slowdowns in that same little spot in Tooele where all that's happening. Good news is I got no other accidents from UDOT to report. Infiniteam, wherever you are, let me know what you're seeing, and I will pass it along. 33986.
All right, so we will take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a song. The song is an On This Day, and it's also If You Know, You Know. An obscure little track. I think you'll enjoy it, though. All coming up. Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine right after the news, which happens right after the song. And things that must go on the way. Get them to us. Radio from Hell at x96.com. We're going to need them within the next 20 minutes, so hurry it up. RenaissanceRanch.com.
If you are struggling with drugs or alcohol addiction, or somebody in your family is, it's hell. You know it's hell. It's just terrible. And part of what makes it a hell is that it's hard for you to admit how bad things have gotten. But when you're ready to, Renaissance Ranch is there to help you. Renaissance Ranch is a family-owned addiction treatment center. Their program is designed for male patients specifically, but help is there with Renaissance Ranch. They combine evidence-based clinical research with judgment-free, faith-based healing approaches. And they do have residential and outpatient services as well, staffed by recovering addicts. Believe me, help is out there with Renaissance Ranch. They're very compassionate. You can schedule a free consultation and read compelling success stories online simply by going to RenaissanceRanch.com. That's RenaissanceRanch.com. They now accept most private insurance and Medicaid.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you
an oldie.
On this day. In 1983, Bauhaus released their fourth studio album, Burning from the Inside, featuring Who Killed Mr. Moonlight, and that song, of course, She's in Parties. That would go a little...
I'm glad you did. Thanks.
A little deeper than usual. You know, why not? All right, let's see, 6:41. We got Big Boy News and Opinionuendo now. And right after that, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. The Dead Celebrity Game, we're going to give you 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. If you pick the dead one correctly, you're going to win
a double prize today.
What?
You will get tickets to see All Time Low on October 16th at the Union and tickets to see Say Anything with Motion City Soundtrack November 30th at the Union.
Well.
This is unprecedented.
I mean, not really, but it doesn't happen often.
It's kind of unprecedented.
You'll get those concert tickets. All you got to do is play Frank Christ Presents, 877-602-9696. Line up when you feel the need. The sooner the better, of course. Big Boy News now, brought to you by...
Celebrate your independence with a weekend of X96 Extras all weekend long. We'll provide your holiday weekend soundtrack with 2 and 3 songs in a row from the same artist. We'll dig deep for some stuff you haven't heard on the air since 1776.
What?
So to give or take a few hundred years, Todd says. He'll start things off Thursday at 2 p.m.
Thank you.
Well, let's see. I don't know if we need this, but we're going to get it anyway. Dust off your knowledge of cerulean. That's a
blue.
Color. Yeah. The Devil Wears Prada sequel is officially happening.
Good.
The film is heading into production this week, 20 years after the beloved movie hit theaters, and is set to shoot in New York and Italy. Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci are on board for the follow-up film, which is adding Kenneth Branagh to the cast. The 2006 film, based on the book of the same name, follows Anne Hathaway, a recent college journalism graduate, as she lands one of the most coveted jobs in publishing as the assistant to Anna Wintour, stand-in Miranda Priestley. That's Streep. Andy dives into the world of magazines and high fashion thanks to her fellow assistant, Emily Blunt. The film grossed $326 million worldwide.
It's one of those satisfying ones where if I run across it, I'll stop and watch it for a few minutes. I've seen it a bunch of times.
As previously reported, the sequel will have Priestley, still the head of Runway, contending with the headwinds of publishing. You know, like nobody reads magazines anymore. Anna Wintour just stepped down as Vogue publisher.
I bet they address that's part of the story.
I'll bet that was one of the reasons that they said, let's do this.
Yeah.
You know?
Branagh will be playing Priestley's husband. Stanley Tucci will return as Nigel Kipling, who served as the art director of Runway in the first film. There you go. Carrie's story for you. I hope we have the picture. It's so cute. Animal caretakers at Hogle Zoo are raising a baby orangutan.
Oh!
Bornean orangutan, Kawan is his name, delivered her baby, that's the mother, delivered her baby June 21st. Both the 24-year-old mother and the 3-pound baby are doing well, the zoo said in a statement. After giving birth to her first baby at Henry Vilas Zoo in Wisconsin, Kawan did not care for the newborn.
Oh.
That happens every once in a while. The Hogle Zoo prepared for a similar outcome with this birth, but also provided Kawan maternal training and support to help prepare her for motherhood. All
new moms need that.
After the birth, Kawan displayed gentle and attentive behavior toward her newborn. However, the care team did not observe successful nursing, which is essential within the first 24 hours. The zoo care team decided it would be best to hand-rear the baby orangutan. Infants typically cling to their mothers constantly in the first few months of life, like I did, as a matter of fact. To replicate this, trained caregivers provide 24/7 physical contact for the baby while wearing a specially designed vest that imitates orangutan fur, allowing the baby to grip onto it. I think you should volunteer to do that, Gary.
I would love to.
You wear the fur vest and have a baby orangutan.
It's a baby cuddler. You know, you will both remember, of course, when my daughter was born, the doctor that delivered her was the same doctor that delivered a baby orangutan at the zoo like a week before. And we always told my daughter that the baby's name was Akara, and we would take her up to Hogle Zoo and say, there's your soul sister. You both had the same doctor deliver you.
Says here the zoo hopes to place the baby with female orangutan Akara.
Yeah.
And who previously fostered her brother Tua in 2014.
And she's, 20 years old.
Are you sure that there wasn't any mix-up at all?
There may have been at the hospital.
That you got the orangutan
and
the zoo got your daughter?
Does the baby orangutan have a name?
It doesn't say here.
And
I don't think
suggest
so yet.
Zayas?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think.
Be careful out there in the neutral zone, the forbidden zone, Taylor. You may not like what you find.
Yeah, I don't believe they have given it a name yet. West Jordan police officer, local officer, facing charges of driving under the influence and road rage-related reckless driving after he was arrested in Magna last week. On June 22nd, Utah Highway Patrol troopers were called to a crash on State Route 201. At the scene, they found a Toyota pickup truck that had gone off the road and into a canal. The truck was allegedly being driven by, or had been driven by, 34-year-old Zachary Robert Allen. Troopers spoke to another man who was apparently involved driving a Ford Bronco. This man told them that Allen was driving recklessly, speeding, cutting off other vehicles, and tailgating. The witnesses said that Allen tried to pass him on the left side. Left lane was merging into another lane. Allen ran out of room, hit the shoulder, lost control, went into the ditch. So investigators are speaking with Allen, who claimed the Bronco pushed him off the highway. Trooper said that he had the odor of alcohol on his breath and other indicators of impairment, but he was taken into custody and booked. A spokesman for the city of West Jordan gave a statement saying, although they did not confirm Allen's name, the city is aware of the arrest and booking of one of its employees for a DUI offense. We take this matter seriously and are conducting an internal review. So Allen started working for the city in 2019 as an animal control officer, later a code enforcement officer, and then became a cop in 2021. Well, we have more of the crazy that is Lori Vallow Daybell, and our ace crime reporter Gina Barberi has that story.
Yeah, so Nate Eaton, who works for the Idaho Statesman, or East Idaho News, did a jailhouse interview with Lori, and it's about a 40-minute interview. And he's been following this case actually, if you see him, you probably recognize him because he's been following this case forever. This interview, I watched all 40 minutes of it yesterday. She's cuckoo nutso.
Yeah.
So, and I was proud of him for the questions he was asking, because she claims that her daughter Tylee killed her little brother and then felt bad about it and killed herself. That's her. Wow. That's her story.
Wow.
And Nate says to her, "Okay, Lori, Tylee was found cut up and burned in Chad's backyard.
Yeah. How did that happen?
How did that happen? I'm glad he pushed her back on some of this. But
there are so few journalists left.
Yeah. But she just said, she said, God told me to do this, and it's fine. This is his plan. And
you get away with a lot of stuff when you say it's God's plan.
She also said she's still in love with Chad.
Well, just look at him, Gina. Who wouldn't be?
I mean, really.
He has such a strong chin.
And he said, well, Chad's going to be executed. And she said, that this is a story I don't know. The 3 Nephites.
That's us.
Is that the 3 of us?
I don't think so.
Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to say that.
The 3 Nephites were sentenced to death 7 times and escaped it 7 times. So Chad's not going to be executed.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
He's one or all 3. She doesn't know for sure.
It's gone.
Yep.
Let's see. It's now more expensive to park in downtown Salt Lake City as new rates took effect yesterday. Officials hope that will add approximately $1 million to the city's budget. Starting Tuesday, hourly rates in metered spots rose to $2.25 an hour, $2.25 an hour.
Really?
From $2.25 an hour to $3.50 an hour.
Whoa, that's a price increase.
56%. In addition, the hours that parking monitors are monitoring paid spots have expanded from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So they used to stop checking at 8 p.m. Now they're going to go till 10 p.m.
That's crazy.
The monitoring change means drivers won't get any free parking at those spots unless they park overnight. Free parking on Saturdays has also gone away and is now fully metered, although Sundays remain free parking days.
That's crazy.
And they're going to get really strict about 2-hour limits on parking.
Wow. Give me less and less reasons to come downtown now.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican of Georgia, says that she's not confident in President Trump's spending package making it through the House of Representatives anytime soon.
Uh-oh.
The package, nicknamed Big Beautiful Bill, narrowly passed the Senate vote. Well, it was 50-50, and then what's his name? Vance had to cast the tiebreaker. Although Tuesday's vote was a major hurdle to clear, Greene said on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast that the fight to push the spending package through was far from over. Bannon asked, is the House going to rubber stamp this? Is this going to be like a 24-hour turnaround? I cannot imagine that. No, I can't imagine that they have the votes. There's no way that House Speaker Johnson has the votes in the House for this.
Okay, remember, everything she says is a lie or wrong.
I've heard other people saying, just analysts saying, there are a lot of Republicans who really hate this
I'll
bill.
believe it when I see it.
And they're going to fight against it. Not for the right reasons. But Trump sued Paramount. You remember that?
This is bull.
Sued him for $10 billion, claiming that 60 Minutes deceptively edited an interview with former Vice President Kamala Harris in order to interfere with the election, and it caused him emotional distress.
Oh.
Paramount said, we're settling. They're giving him $16 million.
This is bad.
And he saes, it's just horse.
It sets a precedent.
It's horse crap, and
he can threaten to sue anybody now.
Well, yes, he can.
I mean, in journalism.
I
mean specifically.
I don't know. I would hope that others will not follow suit and just fall over.
They will.
But Sherry Redstone, she had a particular reason.
Yes,
she wants to sell CBS, and
they need congressional approval to do that.
And Donald Trump has also said we're pausing delivery of some air defense interceptors and precision-guided bombs to Ukraine because, we want to make it easier for Russia to overrun Ukraine.
Because my friend Vlad.
Colin Allred, Texas, former representative, has launched another campaign for Senate as Democrats feel increasingly optimistic about their chances in Texas in 2026. I'm announcing my candidacy for the United States Senate to lower costs and stop corrupt politicians like John Cornyn and Ken Paxton from rigging the economy against hardworking Texans, Allred said in his statement. Allred, who is a former professional football player, enters the Democratic primary as Cornyn and Paxton duke it out in what could turn out to be one of the most bruising Republican primaries ahead of 2026. And finally this, Donald Trump isn't this against the law? It probably is, but he's doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is now selling Trump fragrances.
Mm-hmm.
What? They're called Victory 4547 because they're all about winning, strength, and success. These are colognes for men and women. Get yourself a bottle and don't forget to get one for your loved ones too. Enjoy, have fun, keep winning. The fragrances smell like fear and shame, and they're subtitled spittle and urine in a bad mood. What? No, I think that's a joke.
It's not a joke. The cologne is not a joke.
No, the cologne is not a joke. They cost $250 a bottle.
Jeez, really?
There's a woman's fragrance that has top notes of. Oh, somebody's writing. This is a joke.
Yeah.
But they are. He's really selling them, and that's.
But Hunter Biden,
go out and buy those right away.
The good news is you'll be able to know when somebody smells like that how they feel about things before they even say anything.
It says here when you smell a skunk coming your way with rolls of fat adorned with tattoos and a MAGA hat, you'll know where you are. Donald J. Trump, Victory 4547 Cologne. For Men Cologne.
Yeah, it's against the law.
It's a gold statue of him standing on the bottle.
Yeah. But again, no one's going to hold him accountable. Wow. All right. Sports weather traffic.
Call it a Grand Slam upset as American tennis star Coco Gauff, the number 2 seed, bounced from Wimbledon in first round on Tuesday.
Apparently a lot of unforced errors.
Yeah, which means she just was having a bad day. She lost to Ukrainian Diana Yastremski. The shocking defeat came after Gauff captured her second Grand Slam title earlier this month with a victory at the French Open. So that's not expecting that to happen. We're running out of time here, so quickly it's hot. 94 for a high today, and a 50% chance of some showers, some thunderstorms today. Traffic we have. Crash eastbound to 215 at 12th West off to the right shoulder. That's the only accident that UDOT's reporting. You can report stuff, too, via text at 33986.
Frank, I'm glad you're here.
Oh, well, let's get going.
Yeah, we're late.
I'm glad you're here because it's really hot in here. Frank Christ is here. He is the Grim Reaper, the Reaper of celebrity souls, which is a curse because, well... Frank,
I love our precious celebrities. Everything they say and do is right.
I know. Now, Frank, do we have a contestant to play Frank Christ Presents?
Yes, we do. Stephanie is on the line.
Stephanie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. I'm just fine.
All right, Stephanie. Now, Stephanie, this game, this macabre game, is you have to identify a dead celebrity among this list of 4 that Frank has given me. 3 of these celebrities on this list are...
Oh, they're just fine.
But one of them, Frank, has taken... Stephanie, if you can correctly identify the dead celebrity, you will win what?
Two pairs of tickets, one to All Time Low and one to Say Anything with Motion City Soundtrack.
All right, Stephanie, here we go. Because it's I Forgot Day, Frank gave me a list of actors in movies about people who forget. Okay, number 1, David Ogden Stiers first appeared in the Broadway production The Magic Show. Early TV works include The Mary Tyler Moore Show, Kojak, and Rhoda. He also appeared in the pilot episode of Charlie's Angels. He was, of course, best known as Charles Emerson Winchester on MASH. He was in Memento, about a man with short-term memory loss. Number 1, David Ogden Stiers. Number 2, Carol Baker. She was nominated for an Oscar for Baby Doll, her very first movie, directed by Elia Kazan. Other films were The Big Country, How the West Was Won, Cheyenne Autumn, Star 80, Kindergarten Cop, and The Game, and she also has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She was in The Game, about a man questioning what is real and what he remembers. Number 2, Carol Baker. Number 3 is Bud Cort. He was in several cult films such as Sledgehammer, Dogma, But I'm a Cheerleader, The Secret Diary of Sigmund Freud, and The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Most well-known role was as Harold in Harold and Maude. He was in The Number 23, in which a book makes a man consider his own memories. Number 3 is Bud Cort. And finally, Wayne Knight. He was Dennis Nedry in Jurassic Park, also acted in Dead Again, JFK, Basic Instinct, To Die For, Space Jam, For Richer or Poorer, and Rat Race. On TV, he was Newman on Seinfeld, and he was also on Third Rock from the Sun. He was in a movie called Dead Again, about an amnesiac woman. Number 4, Wayne Knight. So there you go, 4 actors, one of them dead. Who is it, Stephanie?
Is it number 3?
Bud
No,
Cort?
he's fine. He's just fine.
No, Bud is still with us. He's 77. Listen carefully, and we'll give you a second chance. Is it Wayne Knight? Is it Carol Baker? Or is it David Ogden Stiers?
Oh, that was my second guess. I'm going to go with Stiers.
David Ogden Stiers, that's right.
Ogden Stiers.
That's correct, Stephanie. You have won those tickets. I wish the prize were a new phone, but no, it's tickets. Hang on the line. You're welcome. Hang on.
Well, I got to go. Larry David is 78 today. I'm sure he's fine. He's just fine.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually pretty good.
Only one accident to tell you about. It's eastbound I-215 at 12th West, off to the right shoulder. Text us if you're seeing something, though. 33986, sponsored by Utah First Credit Union's personal checking, where every feature comes standard. Learn more at utahfirst.com.
All right. KXRK Provo, we will take a break. We will be back after these messages with your list of things that must go. Stand by for that, KXRK Provo. ZeroRes.com.
Patty came to my house yesterday from Zero Res.
How was Patty?
She's great, and she did a fantastic job cleaning my carpets. She was there. She did it quickly. She did it an excellent job. We walked from room to room and looked at, I've got pets, so there will be stains to deal with, hair to deal with. She just did a fantastic job. And when she left, the carpets dried really fast. One of the reasons that happens is they don't use detergents that can make it longer for your carpets to dry and to be sticky after. And this morning when I was walking on them, they're just soft and dry and clean and just great.
That's why they call it Zero Res.
Yes. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129 when you mention X96 and 15% off air duct cleaning with the code AIR15. Give your carpets a refresh. Call 866-0RES or go online at zerores.com.
707.
Like Leonard and Sandy texted in a thing that must go, and I had to tell Leonard, you got to email those. radiofromhell@x96.com. Even from Sandy, you got to email those.
Right. Especially from Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, things that, dear friends of the program, you just can't take it anymore. And you're at your wit's end, as they say. So I know what I'll do. I'll send these to Radio from Hell, and maybe if they read my must go on the air, these things will disappear from my life. Make me feel better at the very least. So send your must goes to us. Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put must go in the subject line. Gina.
Let's see. Good morning, Lord. You can use my name. It's Tristan. Post-sale ads must go. When I order a pizza online and they offer me a $40 credit, but in the fine print I need to install a shopping browser extension and it's not actually money, it's savings. If I spend hundreds of dollars or more, then it offers me a streaming service for just $2 more a month when I prepay for then $50 on a... You know when it keeps giving you one pop-up after pop-up? Yep. I just want to order a pizza. Thank you. Legitimate news sites with paid ads that are made to look like news articles must go. I mean, the big boys, too, like the ones on the broadcast networks and cable TV. These ads with clickbait titles make your website look cheap and your integrity questionable. Lastly, dating app notifications that say, somebody likes you must go. It's always just a bot. Nobody likes me. Oh, we like you, Tristan.
Sort of.
Hello from Sleepless in Sandy. What must go is cruelty being the point of everything in this current administration. These people have no human compassion. Hello, please use my name. It's Bryce. I've recently become a handyman, and some things I've encountered while on the job are things that must go. Number one, not cleaning up the toilet when I'm coming to fix a toilet issue. Please clean up and remove excess items from around the toilet and in the toilet so I can do my job in a timely manner.
In the toilet?
Similar issue with under sink leaks or maintenance. Kindly remove the items you store under the sink so I can get in there and see the issue. I don't want to accidentally spill something and end up bleaching or staining your floor. Please put your animals away. I love animals and they usually love me, but I don't need to be on the floor and have your dog think it's an aggressive behavior and try to attack me. Mm-hmm. Kids are curious and inquisitive, and having someone with tools in the house is exciting, but I don't want them to grab my tools and end up hurting themselves.
Yeah.
As a handyman, my skill set is huge. When you ask, what do you do? I reply with everything. Please phrase your question as follows. Can you do this? It can save us both time. Thank you for reading these.
There you go.
Listen, I'll go next. I have one of my own. I'm hearing this a lot. It's people doing commercials using this. It's adult women using this little girl voice. You know what I mean? It's like, if your family likes chicken pot pie, farm out the cooking chores to Banquet, and you'll get a crop of compliments. I just shudder every time I hear that voice. Here's one that says, I work in customer service at a call center, and the thing that must go is when I tell someone that the subscription they signed up for and the terms of service that they had to agree to that states that the subscriptions are non-refundable. And if they don't want to be charged after their trial, they have to make sure to cancel it. And then they proceed to call me months down the line saying they didn't realize that they were being charged. They want a refund. And then they proceed to yell at me for it and call me a scammer. This needs to go. This one says, thank you, Lords, for your must-go service. I go to great lengths to vet my doctors and dentists. I do my research. So it's so irritating and disrespectful that they pull a switcheroo without informing me ahead of time. I make an appointment with Dr. A to get a spinal injection. I don't want last week's new grad student, Dr. B, whom I've never met and whom I can't see, come in and with me face down and jab me in the back and give me instructions like, you've gone too far. This must go. And then finally this one, thank you for letting me listen. Tasha, formerly from Plain City, now in North Ogden. Thanks for letting us know that you've relocated, Tasha. I really appreciate that. My thing that must go is Amazon billing. Trying to balance my bank account, but Amazon only bills as it sends out each item, making the total I put into my register not match up to what they bill. it's confusing and frustrating to have to go back through to see what has actually been paid for. There has to be a better way, or I guess I could just keep better track.
Or you could do like we do and not use Amazon. All right. Mine is my must go is not from me. It's a. Do we have the picture, Andy? There it's from my nieces, and this was recorded live on the streets of Tokyo.
That is they.
Yes. Oh, hi there. Welcome to Things That Must Go, Street Side Edition. Standing out in front of the teppanyaki.
No.
What's it called?
Ikanari
steak. Yeah, we didn't eat here, but these two did. We ate under the L train. You can hear right now. Tom Greenlee is loving this. I would love to introduce you to two of my nieces. I have so many nieces, don't I?
Yes.
Now that I count them. And this is the Things That Must Go edition. Standing under the L train. Let's begin with Olivia. Olivia, how old are you?
I'm 20. I just turned 20.
Just turned 20 years old. And what are your things that must go?
So my first thing, I have to go with whenever parents order chicken tenders for their children at dinner. I've never understood. It's okay the first few times, but after a couple...
At 20 years old, they're still ordering you chicken tenders?
No, not for myself. But whenever I see other people ordering chicken tenders for their kids, it gets to a point. If you're going to go out to eat, you might as well try
try new foods, right?
Try new food. Your palate will never expand.
Gina, we didn't tell her anything about your eating habits. We're not calling you out.
No coaching and not shaming.
But that's my must go.
Let it be known she works in a restaurant.
I'm Penelope. I'm 14.
14.
Woo! 14 today.
Almost at 13. And something I don't like, something that has to go, is when you are eating and someone sneezes or coughs. Whenever I'm eating and someone sneezes or coughs, it's okay if they look into their elbow so they can cover it. It's fine. But whenever they don't cover it at all and they're right in front of my food, I think I'll just stop, because now you put your snot and mucus all in my food. It's just disgusting now. So that's just one thing I don't like.
Snot and mucus. I think that's something we can all agree on, and especially germy kids.
Saw the mucus in my food.
No. See, this is where we compromise and we fix the problem. No kids at dinner. There you go.
Things that must go on the radio.
This is the only accident that UDOT's reporting. Crash eastbound I-215 south at 12th West off to the right shoulder. And nobody sent anything in via text for a bit. Well, that's where you let us know what you're seeing out on the roads. 33986 is where you do that. X96 welcomes Goldfinger with Unwritten Law and Zebrahead September 12th at the Complex. Tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m.
All right, now, here are your boner candidates. Pay attention. Boner candidate number 1 is, I just wanted to see the temple. Boner candidate number 2. Oh, and where was his stash hidden? And boner candidate number 3. There will be root beer in the fountains. I eat my burrito with my fingers.
Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after these messages and a song. Stand by. Stockton 12 Honda.
Stockton 12 Honda having a 4th of July sale, and it just coincidentally, they're having it on the 4th of July.
Oh.
Stockton 12 Honda in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. There's a barbecue. You can go out and have something off the grill at Stockton 12 Honda, and they have a basketball standard set up, and you shoot baskets and you win awesome prizes at Stockton 12 Honda. It's for the 4th of July holiday, and I assume that's going on Friday and Saturday at Stockton 12 Honda. Stockton 12 Honda has been voted Salt Lake City's best import new car dealer of 2025. Big news for your wallet, too. The trade-in values are at an all-time high. So get out there if you're in the market for a car. I've bought several cars from Stockton 12 Honda. I will continue to do that in the future. They'll give you top dollar for your trade-in right now. Stockton 12 Honda, your neighborhood Honda dealer. They're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. Stockton 12 Honda.
Listen up, Rick.
because.
On this day, Gina?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, birthday. 1954. Pete Burkett, the bassist for Boomtown Rats, was born.
There you go. Boomtown Rats. Let's see, 7:25. It is time now for a boner of the day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, July 2, 2025? We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell Boner T-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1. I just wanted to see the temple. A drunk American tourist broke into and damaged a centuries-old Zen temple in Kyoto. The Kyoto Weekender reports. The incident occurred at Shoden Eigen Inn, a sub-temple of the historic Kenichi Monastery, where the intoxicated visitor entered through a kitchen door at about 6:20 in the morning, drunk in the morning, 6:20.
That means drinking all night. That's
on
what that
June
means.
24th. The tourist damaged a wooden railing and a door at the main hall, both of which are designated as Kyoto Prefectural Cultural Heritage Sites. As reported in Tokyo Weekender, the man later returned to apologize to the to the chief priest through a translation app, saying, "This was the biggest mistake of my life. I'm truly sorry." When asked about his motivations, he said, "I just wanted to see the temple." The temple holds special significance as part of Kenichi, Kyoto's oldest Zen training monastery, founded in 1202. It has deep connections to Oda Urakurasai, the brother of the famous warlord Oda Nobunaga, and a student of the tea ceremony master Sen no Rikyu. Unlike many tourist sites, it maintains an atmosphere of quiet dignity without obvious security measures. The chief priest accepted the apology and plans traditional repairs. The temple chose not to file a damage report or press charges against the drunk tourist because he apologized. I just wanted to see the temple.
Okay.
Boner candidate number 1. Get a hold of yourself, sir. Boner candidate number 2. Oh, and where was his drug stash hidden? A man that cops believe was stabbed in a drug dispute was in surgery when a nurse discovered a glass crack pipe and a lighter and tinfoil containing cocaine. The surprising find occurred earlier this month at St. Petersburg Bayfront Hospital, where Michael O'Neill had been transported for a knife wound. While in surgery, an RN, a nurse, located these stashed items. After being hospitalized for his injuries, O'Neill was booked into jail Friday night for cocaine possession, felony possession of drug paraphernalia. He was released after posting bond. Over the past few years, he's been convicted of many drug and DUI crimes. He pleaded guilty last year to possession after a jail strip search turned up 2 baggies containing fentanyl and crack rocks hidden in his buttocks area.
Oh.
And where did they find the drug stash this time? In his rectum.
Hey.
When he was on the operating table.
Prison wallet.
Boner candidate number 2. I hadn't heard that term. I like that.
Yep.
Prison wallet. Oh, and where was his drug stash hidden? Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. There will be root beer in the fountains. I eat my burrito with my fingers.
All right, boner candidate number 3. Right after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by...
The Summer Showdown continues this weekend at Broadway Center Cinemas with Django Unchained on 35 millimeter. Go see that. Also, Sisu, a cult film from Finland. Salt Lake Film Society is the only 35 millimeter venue where you can experience film flickering through a projector. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
Well, lots of criticism of the Bezos-Sanchez wedding in Venice about how extravagant it was, how much money was spent on everything, just incredible amounts of money, and then you want to take a look at the wedding invitation. It looks like they spent, I think we have a picture of it at x96.com/live. It looks like the wedding invitation, they must have spent, 50 cents on it.
They're ugly.
It's the cheapest looking.
That's somebody did that on the internet.
Yeah,
that's a program.
Yeah, it's just so cheap looking.
They
and
could have had anything at all, and that's what they.
What they put. That's what they put out. Printed in a wistful italic font, and then decorated haphazardly with doves, shooting stars, butterflies, and the Rialto Bridge.
I mean, like, I kind of wonder if Lauren drew it.
It appears homemade,
like,
but not in an
I want to make my own invitation.
Yeah, but not in an artisanal sense. The illustrations, which include 2 gondolas, have been compared with those available in Microsoft Word's generic image library.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
thinking.
just
I also like that they say on no gifts, please. Yeah, what would you buy? What?
No, they're getting a gift. They're getting a tax cut because of this big bombastic.
No gifts, really?
Yeah,
they're the richest people in the world.
It's an ugly, ugly thing. Anyway. All right, moving on now. A plan to transform Smith's Ballpark into something new, that's the one here in town, has Utah's capital city, it says here, swinging for the fences.
Aye.
A piece of the old ballpark will remain, serving as a community venue space adjacent to a portion of the field that will be converted into a multi-use area. But the rest of the 31-year-old stadium and its parking lot to the north will be demolished to make way for, guess what? High-rise housing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Some business spaces, parking, and community needs, according to the ballpark next community design plan that the Salt Lake Community Reinvestment Agency made public on Tuesday. There will be a community meeting about the design plan for next week, but the first process to turn the vision into a reality could begin by the end of the year. But if you want to take a look at it, there are plans available for you to see. The ballpark next community design plan is a blueprint.
See it right here.
Yeah, x96.com/live is a look at it.
It's just unfortunate.
Kent Cody Barlow sentenced to 30 years to life in prison on Monday for the deaths of 2 Eagle Mountain children who were killed after he crashed into the stable where they were playing in 2022. The 2 sentences were both 15 years to life for each boy's death and will run consecutively. We go to the crime desk now. More from the Idaho College murder suspect, Brian Koberger. I guess he's entering a plea, Gina?
Yeah, today he's saying, all right, yeah, I did it. Put me away forever. And it's very unsatisfying for the families. Most of them have come out and said, we're not happy with this. They didn't talk to us about this.
They want to see him die. That's why.
Well, they want to see him die, but they also want, they want to know more about what happened and why it happened.
I heard it said, though, Gina, that really the only person who would be able to tell them that would be him. And there's no, nothing could make him testify. Anyway,
yeah.
So
it's just, But so I was reading some new details that have come out, and a lot of these I knew, but there was something new in here that I didn't know.
What's that?
So the evidence they have against him is substantial. There's cell phone tower showing he was in the area a lot, like driving by the house, casing it that night. The sheath for the knife. They found his DNA on that, which was in the room. They could prove that he had purchased that specific knife like a month or so before. They found his DNA, like I said. But the one piece that I had not heard before, which is really interesting, he had one of the kids' student ID.
One of the victims?
One of the victims' student ID hidden inside a latex glove at his house.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Trophy.
So that was the one piece that I had not heard.
I didn't hear about that either
before. So now you see why the defense team was like, all right, we need to just see if we can.
It is, what fascinates me about it, though, is that we will never really know why. And maybe even if he said why, we still wouldn't.
We still wouldn't believe him.
I mean,
because there's no rhyme nor reason to.
He's someone who was obsessed with serial killers and murderers. Studied them in college. Tried to get a job working with them the police department.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
He was also there's an incel portion of this as well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
There are now 9 Utahns who have measles, by the way, after the Utah Department of Health and Human Services added 2 newly reported infections. The department updates the number of cases in the state every weekday. Utah state epidemiologist Leisha Nolan said last week that she anticipates even more cases in Utah that are yet to be diagnosed.
Great!
Donald Trump is withholding $7 billion for schools, with no explanation as to why.
Oh, we know why.
Federal funding helps to pay for after-school programs, summer programs, support for students learning English, teacher training, and other services. The money was expected to be released by Tuesday, but in an email on Monday, the Education Department notified state education agencies that the money would not be available. The administration offered no explanation, saying only that the funds were under review. It gave no timeline for when or if the money would be released. This is money that's been allocated by Congress.
Yep.
But Congress is perfectly happy to just allow the power that they once had to slowly be pissed away.
That's what I don't get.
Yeah. And also, the government website that hosted the federal government's national climate reports, which are mandated by legislation. Again, mandated by legislation.
Yeah.
They went offline Monday afternoon. The website was also one of the main federal sources of information on climate change. Since 2000, the federal government has regularly published comprehensive reports on how greenhouse gas emissions are changing climate and affecting human health, agriculture, fisheries, water supplies, transportation, energy production, and other aspects of the U.S. economy. Well, that's all just gone silent. Not available anymore.
We don't have climate change.
Not available anymore.
Because it's gone.
Well, if you don't talk about it, then I guess that means it doesn't
We kept
exist.
getting the COVID numbers, and they were high, and I said, slow the testing down, please, because we'll have lower numbers.
And finally this. It was a surprising statement from Attorney General Pam Bondi. As the Trump administration promises to release more files from its sex trafficking investigation of Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, boy.
The FBI, she said, was reviewing tens of thousands of videos of the wealthy financier with children or child porn. The comment made to reporters at the White House days after a similar remark to a stranger with a hidden camera raised the stakes for Trump's administration to prove it has in its possession previously unseen compelling evidence. The task is all the more pressing after an earlier document dump that Bondi hyped angered elements of Trump's base by failing to deliver new bombshells. And so the stuff that she dumped, I'm going to release all this stuff. It's stuff that had been released already.
Yeah.
But her remarks make it unclear as to what she was referring to. I don't believe there have been any allegations of Jeffrey. I mean, he was a bad guy, but I don't believe there have been any allegations of him involved in child pornography.
Well,
if the girls were
the girl's
17,
underage,
that's
then
child pornography.
But indictments and detention memos none of those reference any evidence of videos of Epstein with children. And neither was he charged with possession of child sex abuse material.
Again, if they're under legal age, it's children.
Well, then they would have charged him with it, but they didn't. So even though that offense would have, and I think what they're talking about here, sure, some of the girls might have been underage, but I mean what they're talking about is little kids. That's what they're referring to here.
Well, he had the first opportunity to delete because they were his tapes.
Well, Bondi says she has them.
Bondi says a lot of things.
It's just bizarre.
Bondi said that we would see all of this stuff on day one.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, but then your boy's in it.
Oh,
maybe
maybe
we should wait.
All right, that's it.
All right. Weather, traffic.
So it's 79 already. There's about a 50% chance of thunderstorms today. That doesn't mean we're going to get a lot of rain or anything. It just means it'll be cloudy, windy. Might have some spotty sprinkles with it, but could have lightning with it. Just in time for the first day that you can light off fireworks legally. I don't know why that's legal. We don't need that anymore. Overnight low 68. Tomorrow, cooler 88 for a high. Still a chance of those thunderstorms tomorrow. By the 4th of July, looks like high of 90, mostly sunny, slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms. Traffic is great. I think a lot of people take this whole week off because it's the week with the 4th on it. So not a lot of traffic, not even any slowdowns to tell you about or anything coming in via text at 33986. Utah First Credit Union's personal checking where every feature comes standard. Learn more at utahfirst.com.
Here's boner candidate number 3. There will be root beer in the fountains. I eat my burrito with my fingers. Fox News contributor and former Republican Congressman Utah's own Jason Chaffetz launched into a bizarre impression of New York City Democratic mayoral candidate Zoran Mamdani on the Laura Ingraham show, which failed to get even a grin from her as she watched him in silence. As the Fox News chyron read, Mamdani wants your house and commie takeover in the Big Apple, Chaffetz said this, quote, he wants total control. He's a Marxist, and I think you're right. Wall Street is going to move with their feet. The taxes are going to be exorbitant. The average person isn't going to be able to afford things. He's just like, hey, let's put root beer in all the drinking fountains. Everything will be free. Look at how I eat my burrito with my fingers, and trust me. Failing to even get a grin out of Ingram with his impression, Chaffetz continued, well, I mean, he's in this fancy package with a bright smile, but this is not going to fix the problems of New York City. He's the anti-cop. He doesn't believe in police. Mamdani is not a communist.
He is not a Marxist.
He's a democratic socialist, which he says. And what is a democratic socialist? Yeah. It's a liberal Democrat.
Yeah. Chaffetz doesn't know what a Marxist or a communist is. He knows they're words that scare people, and that's all he needs.
He's trying to make a joke by saying, "We'll put root beer in the fountains, and look at how I eat my burrito with my fingers."
It's because he's Indian, and he eats. They have a picture of him eating. As Indians do sometimes with their hands.
He was eating some rice with his hands.
Exactly.
But so apparently, there was also another picture of him eating a burrito with a knife and fork.
Okay.
So.
Yeah,
Chaffetz doesn't know what he's talking about.
I got pictures of Trump eating pizza with a knife and fork. So what?
Boner candidate number 3. There will be root beer in the fountains, and I eat my burrito with my fingers.
Okay.
All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. I just wanted to see the temple. A drunk American breaking into and damaging a centuries-old Zen temple in Kyoto, Japan. Boner candidate number 2. Oh, and where was his drug stash hidden? Yes, the nurse found it when he was on the operating table. She found his drug stash in his prison wallet, as Carrie says, in his rectum. And boner candidate number 3, there'll be root beer in the fountains, and I eat my burrito with my fingers.
All right. Time to vote for boner of the day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. 33986. Easy. Most people vote that way. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll be happy to say hello and take your live voice vote at 877-602-9696. Or you can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boners July 2, 2025. Click and vote. And if you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. All right, you've got just 3.5 minutes to get your vote in. Now, as soon as we award the boner, that means the phone lines will be open for Dr. Josh Davis, our veterinarian. We'll be in here to answer your questions about your puppies and your kitties. All right, so get those questions ready. I'll have them for you right after these messages. Stand by. Vote! All right, 7:48. It's time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by a delicious Italian sausage sandwich from that place, that the Beast from the East finally went there. Good sandwich.
Shh.
Good sandwich.
It's a secret sandwich.
It's hard to find. You'll never find it. You'll never find it.
And does your company have a process requiring ultra-pure water? Trust the certified master water specialists at Water Specialties, Inc. for ultra-pure water systems design, installation, maintenance, or sanitation. Call the experts at Water Specialties, 801-281-4911, or visit waterspecialties.net.
The Boner candidate number one, I just wanted to see the temple. And number two, where were the drug stash? Even number of votes for each of those two candidates. But the winner with over 100 votes is old Jason Chaffetz himself. He was trying to be funny, and he should not do that.
Well, when Republicans try to be funny, it fails miserably.
And when he says things like he doesn't believe in the police,
It's not true.
It's just nonsense.
It's not all. Yeah,
it's just nonsense. It's like, let me see, what can I say to scare you? He doesn't believe in police. This city is going to be lawless.
And here's the thing: this is a shiny key to distract from Trump's bill, because the election isn't for a while, and he's just the Democratic nominee. We don't know who he's running up against yet.
Well, Eric Adams.
He's going to run against Eric Adams.
Mm-hmm. But the election doesn't happen for a while.
Yeah.
We're all distracted about this now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's your word. All right, that's your Boner of the Day for today, July 2nd, 2025. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week. Is this a sponsored feature, Gina?
It's brought to you by Golden Retrievers, the best dogs in the world.
I think that there are people who would dispute that. As a matter of fact, if you would like to dispute that statement, 877-602-9696 is the number. What dog do you think is the best in the world? I'm sure we'll come up with a consensus at some point. Dr. Josh Davis is here. He's a veterinarian. A licensed veterinarian, I might add.
It does help, yeah.
Yeah, he's not one of those back room veterinarians. He's a licensed veterinarian. He is here to answer questions that you may have about what's going on with your pets.
We have a text question from our attorney to start things off while we're waiting for calls, 877-602-9696. He says, we are presently fostering a Chihuahua Terrier pup. Lost a leg from being hit by a car and then being neglected by his owner. I have two questions. One, the staples from his surgery were removed approximately 2 weeks ago. Is it possible to remove the cone of shame at this point?
Okay.
And then two, what can we do to strengthen and protect his remaining hind legs since it's supporting all of his weight?
Yeah, those are two really good questions about amputations and those types of injuries. So for staples, usually surgically, we want those in for 2 weeks and then taken out. So if they were taken out 2 weeks ago, I think unless the wound doesn't look healed, I would be fine to get out of the cone of shame at that point. Good. And then for small dogs like that, they actually do quite well with 3 legs, and a majority of dogs' weight, about 60%, is actually carried in the front legs and about 40% in the back legs.
I would have thought it was the opposite.
So yeah, they actually, a small dog like that probably will be just fine. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Don't let him get obese, and you'll probably be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
Let's see. My dog's heartbeat is more of a vibration. What does that mean? That means it's a cat.
What does that?
I don't know.
Is there anything to that question?
It depends on, so if it feels like a vibration versus just the normal beats, the lub-dub beats, some pets, when they do have advanced heart murmurs, it can feel like a vibration because the murmur is causing literally the heart to vibrate abnormally. So probably worth checking that out if it is a murmur, you'd want to know about it.
Exactly.
877-602-9696 is the number to call. Any questions you have about your pets, your cats, your dogs, Dr. Davis is here to answer them for you so that you can put your mind at ease.
So somebody says, sorry, Gina, my mutt is the best dog ever. The mutts are the greatest. He's a lab challenge terrier.
Challenge?
That might be voice to text.
Yeah, I think your voice to text.
But mutts are great. They have hybrid vigor, right?
They do, yeah. And they
tell everybody what
compared
that
to
is.
some of the more pure breeds, they're less genetically troubled sometimes too. So.
Hybrid vigor.
I think you could talk about the best dogs for months on end and never get to a consensus. I'm sure.
Sure you could.
But Sphinx cats are the best. I'm just throwing that out there.
I don't know. My first dog was a purebred. It did not have vigor.
No.
Ripley mix had vigor at first, and then we got rid of that real quick.
Got rid of the vigor.
Yeah, we got rid of the vigor.
You unvigored it.
We unvigored.
877-602-9696. Oh, I was going to ask you about veterinarians. Are there levels of veterinarians like
specialists
and that sort of thing?
Right. Yeah. There are pretty much any specialty you can think of in the human field. You can get in the veterinary field. So, we graduate as veterinarians, but some people go on to do internships, and some people go on to specialize after that. So that can be another 3 to 5 years on top of a veterinary degree. So
like a heart specialist for animals?
Cardiology, oncology, orthopedics, you name it, it's probably out there. Yeah.
Here's a quick text question, and then we'll take a break and we can get the phone calls lined up. My cat has black earwax, so I'm thinking that she has an ear infection because her ear is also super itchy. Are there drops that I can give her that I don't have to get the vet, or do I need to schedule a vet appointment and take her in?
Yeah, cats with the black debris could be an ear infection, also could be ear mites, and you want different medicines depending on what you've got there. And cat ears can be really sensitive and difficult, so if you overdo it, you can cause a lot of harm if you don't know what you're working on. So yeah, I'd get it checked out.
All right.
My cat's going to the vet today, and it's such a joy trying to get him into the carrier.
877-602-9696 is the number to call. We're getting some lined up here for Dr. Josh Davis. Traffic, Gina.
Crash eastbound 31st Street, Wall Avenue. It's blocking the far left lane. That is it. I think a lot of people have taken this week off because traffic seems to be light and moving well just about everywhere. But if you see something or, free ladders in the road, that kind of thing, you can text us 33986.
All right. We will take a break. We'll be back with more questions for Dr. Josh Davis. They're starting to come in. 877-602-9696. Or you can text your questions to 33986. We prefer your phone calls because inevitably in your texts you leave out information. So get that to us. 877-602-9696. RandLife.com/X96.
If you're looking to buy a home, Rand Life is a local mortgage company. They've had my mortgage. So if you're looking to buy a home, I would highly recommend Rand Life. But if you're worried about the down payment and the monthly cost, Rand Life has your back. I mean, they've always been experts at making housing more affordable, and now they've got a new program that launched in June that's changing the game. Most down payment assistance programs will stick you with a second loan, meaning 2 monthly payments, but not this one. With Rand Life, the second mortgage is deferred for the life of your first loan. That means no second payment ever. It's easy. Simple way to make home ownership more affordable for the average person, both upfront and month to month. You can see how Rand Life is turning dreams into addresses. Visit randlife.com/X96 and get started. And if you're a mortgage broker, Rand Life offers the program through their wholesale division too. So head to fundingpool.com to help your clients save big.
Six.
Like Scotty in Midvale has a question about his tarantula. I don't know if Dr. Davis does tarantula
In Midvale?
stuff in Midvale.
Probably.
That would be tough, yeah.
Tarantulas are. There's not much you do with them. My son has had one for years, and it just sits in the. Doesn't move. It just
Please,
sits there.
it's triantula.
Triantula.
Okay,
Triantula.
You guys.
Triantula.
All right. Well, let's continue then, Dr. Josh Davis.
877-602-9696. Questions for the veterinarian. Now, I don't know these phone questions. I don't know if Dr. Davis can answer these, but he may have some indication.
Jacob is here. Hi, Jacob.
What's your question, Jacob?
Well, first off, hello, Lords and Lady, and Dr. Davis. Thanks for the call. I just, my daughter recently got a hog-nosed snake, and at first when we brought it home, it was eating and doing everything just fine. But for the last couple of weeks, it has stopped eating, and I didn't know if there was any kind of specific thing we should be doing to work on that.
Does the snake have a name?
It's Ekans the snake backwards.
Oh,
okay.
Well, I can tell you, I'm definitely not an expert on snakes, but I do know some of the things around reptiles, especially. A lot of it comes down to the husbandry or environment for them, and often if they aren't eating, that's a big factor. So temperature, humidity, the type of food you're doing, all of those can be a factor in that. And if, especially like say they're kept too cold and not a good temperature, then they won't eat because their whole body is below the temperature they need to do their digestion and have that drive to eat. So that would be something I'd start with, but also, getting the snake looked at if you just can't figure out what's going on with that. But make sure to research temperature, humidity, all those things need to be pretty tight to keep them healthy.
Now, if Jacob looks online, will he be able to find somebody who specializes in snakes?
Yeah, there are some exotics vets that are available, and they will do those types of things for sure. So
I want to go to an exotic.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you.
All right, and Terry has an iguana.
Terry,
I'm gonna have to brush up on my reptiles.
Does your iguana have a name?
Yes, my iguana's name is Pixel.
It answers to Pixel. All right. What's your question?
Yep. She's recently developed some gray patches on her back, and the last time she shed, they went away, but now they're starting to come back, and she just finished shedding, so I was wondering if you had any ideas what that might be. She free roams the house, she takes baths for hours, she's on a pretty good diet. So
sounds pretty happy.
Free run of the house. I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I've got a little cage as a bedroom, but yeah, she free roams.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume if the other things haven't changed as far as like the activity and appetite and types of things like that, if they are changing, I mean, the scales would be my first thoughts on that. If we are just doing, even though it just happened, potentially it could be, a couple could be just doing that again. So, but if everything else seems normal, I don't know that I'd worry yet about that. But again, my expertise isn't all the way on that. But that type of change, that'd be my first thoughts on it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
There you
All
go.
right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Again, puppies and kitties.
877-602-9696. There are lots of cats and lots of dogs out there that have problems.
Here's one from Liza Brarian. Peaches, 15-year-old cat, lost a lot of weight over the last year. Should I see a vet, or is Peaches just old?
Yes, see a vet. No, period. For old cats like that, losing weight, kidney disease, diabetes, those are the big ones for older cats, and then also thyroid disease. So if you jump on it sooner than later, you might be able to make some changes and get some therapies going. But an old cat losing weight is always a concern.
All right, let's go to Zane. Hello, Zane.
What's your question, Zane?
Good morning, Dr. Davis. I got 3 little Chihuahua mixes. I was wondering why they cough after they drink water.
Do they all do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some dogs will just because they'll just drink kind of fast sometimes. So sometimes drinking fast, and then they'll just cough a little bit to clear it out, and they go on with their day. Some dogs too can have Little dogs especially can have the collapsing trachea type of thing where they have a trachea that's a little bit weaker. The cartilage is weaker than normal. And so sometimes those dogs too can cough after drinking, or if they get really excited, they can have little coughing fits, or if they're running around and playing really hard or anything like that. So as long as they're doing their normal things, I don't worry too much about that.
Zane, make sure you tell them though to turn their head and away from people. You don't want to spread germs. All right.
And sometimes elevating the water bowl sometimes can help with that too. So because then they're not swallowing kind of uphill; they're just swallowing at a level. So
That
maybe
makes sense.
worth trying as well.
Give that a try.
All right. See you, Zane.
Thanks, Zane.
Thanks, Zane. All right. Let's go to Nicole. Hello, Nicole.
Hello, Lord, this morning. First of all, Gina, giant schnauzers are the best dogs.
Giant
schnauzers.
I don't know if you go to x96.com/live, you can see my pups, and I don't know. I put them up against anything.
You have a giant schnauzer, Nicole?
I have two of them.
And what are their names?
Chloe and Molly. We're walking right now.
Okay. And
Awesome.
What's your question?
I just want to know if there's some good supplements to give your dogs for when they get older for hip and joint pain and just general health.
Yeah, for sure. So for especially giant schnauzers or any of the giant breeds, good weight management is always the number one thing that you should be focused on there. And then just regular routine exercise is really important. Doesn't have to be high impact, running, jumping, but walking, hiking, all that stuff is really important to keep those joints moving. And then supplement wise, there's a bajillion things out there for that. But a good joint supplement, some dogs can benefit from that, and some dogs don't seem to benefit as much, but you're not likely to hurt them by doing that. So a daily joint supplement, some people have found some of the CBD supplements, they've found that their dog seems to do better on. But if they are in pain or actually have arthritis, then you should really consider anti-inflammatory therapy as well, because none of the supplements are effective at taking away all the inflammation for some dogs.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, they're just two, so I'll just look at some.
Oh yeah,
something healthy.
If they're only two, you should be in good shape. Yeah, you should be in good shape. Just keep them lean and healthy.
All right.
All right. See you later.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Samantha is here. Hello, Samantha.
Hi, Samantha. What's your German Shepherd's name?
Good morning. Her name is Lola.
Okay. What's your question?
Lola has one eye that gets more goopier than the other, and I notice she's always kind of like rubbing it, and she'll get those like clear goops in it. We're also wondering if she might have some vision issues, because she'll like kind of get spooked sometimes when she sees things, and so I'm wondering, is there possibly a connection there?
Maybe. So how old is Lola?
7.
7. Okay. Yeah. German Shepherds can, have a variety of eye issues. So allergies can cause itchy eyes and discharge, stuff like that. German Shepherds get a specific disease called pannus in their eyes sometimes, and that can affect the surface of the eye, sometimes their vision if it gets more severe. So just being a German Shepherd, it might be worth getting it looked at and make sure you don't have an injury to the cornea or that German Shepherd pannus type of disease, or just make sure it's not anything that's a big deal. Because at 7, German Shepherds are notorious. They have one of the longest list of diseases in the books for breeds, and so it's always good to get them looked at, because they can have a lot of things go wrong with them.
Is it because of all the sauerkraut that they eat?
Yeah. Yeah, they're good dogs, but yeah, sometimes the breeding can get a lot of things involved.
All right, Samantha, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. My 14-year-old cat Matilda suffers from dandruff. We brush and brush. Anything else we can do?
Yeah, a couple things. So diet is always one. If they have flaky skin or dull hair, sometimes lower quality diets can contribute to that. If your cat is obese and it's old, they just can't groom because they can't reach sometimes. They're just too big to reach. Or if they're arthritic, they don't groom as much. So I'd want to get that stuff under control if that's part of the issue. And then fatty acid supplements can help if nothing else seems to be a problem. So like the fish oil fatty acid supplements. And there's diets with a lot of that built in that you could do too.
All right. Good to hear this part of the show. Just finished milking the cows. The cows say, hey. All right, well, there we go.
Dr. Josh Davis, thanks very much. You can, you're going to open up a place, right?
Yep, we are. We're working on that. We're under construction right now.
Cool.
So
stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, we're super excited for that.
Cool.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you.
Traffic, please, Gina.
Yeah, I think lots of folks are already on vacation. We got a holiday week, so a short week, and I think people are out of town because there are no slowdowns or accidents to tell you about right now. And Infiniteam has not reported anything either. But if you do see something, text us and let us know, 33986.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a song with Beat Gina. Easy to play, easy to win. Today, it's trivia about the movie Pet Sematary.
Ooh,
right.
it's just after our pet segment.
Yes, so that's coming up because it's Fred Gwynn's birthday. Sometimes Dad is better.
That's true.
All right, what is the prize today?
Well, this is a win it before you can buy it because these tickets don't go on sale till 10 a.m. Goldfinger, Unwritten Law, and Zebrahead, September 12th at the Complex.
All right.
So you're going to get those Goldfinger tickets. All you got to do is play Beat Gina after these messages and a song. Call and line up now, 877-602-9696. Now, we're having some phone issues. So if you get through and then you get hung up on, Katie's not being a jerk.
Yeah, we didn't do it.
It's just the phone situation. Call back immediately. So 877-602-9696. The air conditioning's working. Now the phones aren't. So.
We can't have everything at the same time.
It's
we'll
getting
be spoiled.
It's getting too cold in here.
No,
for
it's
the phones
just
to work.
fine.
All right. So 877-602-9696 for those tickets to see Goldfinger. All right. So we'll have those for you after these messages and a song. Stand by. It's the Independence Day sale happening now through July 7th. For a limited time, you can get up to $4,000 off MSRP plus a free accessory package with purchase. You can save even more on refurbished factory-certified scratch and dent inventory available exclusively at Bullfrog Spa's factory stores. Don't miss out. Utah's Bullfrog Spa's factory stores now. Independence Day. Go to bullfrogspas.com and you can find a location near you. Ask them about their special financing. If you've ever thought about getting a hot tub in the backyard, they can certainly help you out. They've been around for nearly 30 years. They know their stuff. They manufacture quality, high-efficient spas. They're built to last, and the technology has really come along over the years with these spas. Now, you can get a personalized therapy one, so if you got a little back issue or something like that, or if you're just sore at the end of the day, the Bullfrog Spa's Jetpack Therapy System includes up to 16 unique and interchangeable jetpack massages for every part of your body, so you can sleep better, ease your aches and pains. Go to one of their showrooms, bullfrogspas.com, and you can design your perfect spa experience there.
this day in 1966, bass player for the Liverpool group The Farm was born.
Oh, bass player for The Farm.
Yeah.
That's Groovy Train. All right. Let's see. Let's play Beat Gina, and then we'll get to the news. In the news, we're starting off with the Sean Combs.
Yeah, but we got to do Beat Gina first.
But we'll do Beat Gina, and then
Yeah.
we'll get right to it. Oh, that's not Beat Gina music.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
That's all right.
I've been looking at the.
I started doing the news. Is life getting you down? Is your brain enveloped in cotton? Well, let's clear the cobwebs away by playing along with Beat Gina. Let this fine radio game show get you to thinking. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola, here for the Double Mint Twins. Say, did you know a double pleasure is waiting for you right now? Oh, no. I don't mean with the Double Mint Twins.
Aw.
I mean a double pleasure from Double Mint Gum. A double great feeling, making you realize Double Mint's the one for you. Double fresh, double smooth, double delicious to chew. Double your pleasure, double your fun. No, not with the Double Mint
Sorry,
Twins.
Johnny, I can't.
With Double Mint Gum. And now, here he is, with dreams of the Double Mint Twins dancing in his head, your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
All right, we got the randomizer up. Vicky is who you'll be playing against today. Vicky, are you there?
Yep.
All right, Vicky, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. If you win the toss, it will give you the advantage in the game. You call it heads or tails.
Heads.
All right.
Heads.
See what happens. It's tails. Sorry, Vicky.
You're going to have to work for these tickets to see Goldfinger, Unwritten Law, and Zebrahead September 12th at the Complex, and you might be winning them before you can buy them. Tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. today. For ticket information and links, go to x96.com.
All right, Vicky. The questions are about the movie Pet Sematary, because Fred Gwynn was born on this day. Sometimes Dad is better. So here's the first question for Gina. Gina. After Gage is killed...
Yes, the little boy.
Little boy.
Yeah.
Louis buries him in the Pet Cemetery. Shortly after midnight, Gage is resurrected. Who is the first person that Gage kills?
Oh, okay.
Is it 1, Shirley, who used to be the hairdresser?
Mm-hmm.
2, Judd Crandall, or Carndall, excuse me. 3, Clyde Parker. Or 4, the one guy.
What's his name?
With the thing on his face.
Yeah.
Him,
That guy.
Yeah. No, not him.
Oh, the other guy?
The other guy.
Oh, I don't. It's been so long since Judd.
Judd is correct.
Okay.
That's a point for Gina. Close one. All right, Vicky now.
All right, Vicky. Let's see.
Okay.
Stephen King makes a cameo in this movie. What character does he play? Is it 1, Shirley, who used to be the hairdresser? 2, Guy Caballero. 3, a priest. Or 4, Farmer Geordie Verrill.
3, the priest.
The priest is correct.
You're trying to trick her with Geordie.
Geordie Verrill, because he was,
That's another movie.
There you go. Vicky, you have a point. You've tied with Gina. Now we go back to Gina.
All right, so let's see. Gina.
Yeah.
Rachel Creed has horrible memories of her childhood with a sister named Zelda, whom she had to take care of. What did Zelda have? Is it 1, lobster thermidor au crevette with a Mornay sauce served in the provincial manner with shallots, aubergines garnished with a truffle pate, brandy with a fried egg on top, and spam?
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Is it 2, she had Hugh Down syndrome, which causes people to fall asleep instantly whenever... All right. Is it 3, epilepsy, or 4, spinal meningitis?
Epilepsy.
I'm sorry.
No!
Put that in there to trick.
All right, Vicky.
Oh, do I have to guess off that one?
Yeah, you got the steal.
That's why you need to pay attention.
I was listening. Okay, so what was number 4?
Spinal meningitis.
Yes, you.
That's what I'm going with. Yeah.
Yes,
number
and
4.
you get it. It's 2-1, and Vicky controls the question if she can control herself.
All right, let's see. So what was Gage doing, the kid that gets killed? What was Gage doing when he wandered into the road and got hit by the truck? What was he doing? Was it 1, chasing a kickball? Was it 2, flying a kite? Was it 3, playing Candy Crush on his phone? These kids, they got their noses buried in the phone. Look up! Or was it 4, selling live rabbits on the side of the road with a sign that said pets or meat?
Oh, he was chasing a ball.
He was not chasing a ball. I'll put that in there.
Gina gets to steal and tie it up.
He must have been flying a kite.
Correct.
All right. 2-2, and Gina controls the question. This could be the bullet. This could be the bullet.
All right, let's see. Let's go with this one. Why does Louie think that burying Rachel in the pet cemetery will work for her,
and not...
while it did not with Gage?
Okay.
Was it 1, she was an adult? Was it 2, she had just died? Was it 3, she always drank raw milk and was unvaccinated? Was it 4, she went to church every Sunday, unlike some people?
I think it was because she had just died.
Freshly dead.
And
Yes.
Gina wins the game. Sorry about that, Vicky.
You're freshly dead, Vicky. No, I'm sorry.
That was awful, Gina.
Well, you know what? That was uncalled for because I did that to you, Vicky. I'm gonna give you these Goldfinger tickets anyway.
Yay!
How about
You
that?
survived a little trash talk. Hang on the line, and we'll tell you how to get there.
Listen, I've got to go. I'm judging the United States Mullet Championships today. You know, business in the front, party in the back.
That's right. All right. Big Boy News now, brought to you by...
Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music and enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at the coolest venues in town. Don't miss Lyle Lovett and his large band Wednesday, July 9th at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right. Well, I'm looking at the Sean Combs verdicts here. Found guilty on 2 charges, but acquitted on racketeering and sex trafficking charges. So what does this mean?
I think you owe me $25.
Well, I think it's a toss-up, really. He's
well, what was the bet? I wasn't here.
50 that he we bet $50 that he would be acquitted. I said he'd be, or Gina said he'd be acquitted. I said he'd be found guilty.
He was only convicted of 1.
It says here, Sean Combs guilty on 2 charges, but acquitted on racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Jury delivers a mixed verdict, guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution, but not sex trafficking or RICO. Sean Combs,
this
that
says
just
he was
says
only...
1.
No, he was... So, here. Sean Diddy Combs has been... Oh, shoot. This just...
Okay, here it is. Not guilty of racketeering. Not guilty of sex trafficking.
Yeah, he's
not
only...
guilty of sex trafficking of the 2 women. Guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution, and guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution, related to both of them. So that's why you think it's only 1.
Oh, okay.
But they charged him with 2 guilty. So this is something of a victory for him. He's not going to probably go to prison for life.
But he'll do some time.
Yes, he will. He will go to prison.
It said there's the ones he was convicted of have a up to a 20-year sentence possible.
So I suppose we can consider this a draw. Yeah, a draw.
Sure.
Although I could press it and say, I told you they'd find him guilty.
Well, I could say
They did.
told you they'd find him not guilty.
You said he was going to walk, and he's not going to walk. He is going to do jail time. But there you go. I haven't seen. Do you see what it says? How much jail time? I get.
Yeah, they said it could be up to 20 years.
Is that it? Up to 20 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm taking this as a victory because he was found guilty of the lesser crimes. The more serious crimes, he could have done life in prison for.
Okay, racketeering and sex trafficking carry a maximum sentence of life in prison. The sex trafficking charge also carries a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years, and transportation for purposes of prostitution, maximum sentence is 10 years. So
the judge will decide what he's going to be,
Well, no, they might have a jury.
There is a mandatory. Carrie just mentioned
the 10-year.
So he's got to serve 10.
He's got to at least serve 10.
And he could serve more.
Yeah.
And I don't know, does the judge decide that?
I don't know if it's a judge or a jury decides.
I think the judge decides it. And if the judge decides it, I think the judge will give him every bit of it. Every bit of that he can.
And then Trump will pardon him or something.
That could be.
Yeah, that's the other.
That's the other.
I mean, that could happen. Let's see what else we have here.
Speaking of the pardons, I almost sent this to you for a boner candidate, Bill. The Chrisleys, who were pardoned.
Oh, God, I hate those people.
Yeah.
They were interviewed, and the interviewer said, well, you were, because they're saying, we were innocent. And they said, well, you were convicted by a jury of your peers. And do you know what Todd Chrisley said?
What?
There were no millionaires on that jury. I was not convicted by a jury
Wait
of my peers.
a minute. So he can only be...
Isn't that the most jerky thing you've ever heard?
But it is true to form. That is the role they played. That's the role they played on that reality show. We are we're millionaires.
So I can't be convicted of murder unless it's a jury of murderers. Then I'm sorry, that's not my peers. Cannibals, jury of cannibals.
Jennifer Aniston is adapting Jeanette McCurdy's bestseller book, I'm Glad My Mom Died.
I heard this is a very funny book.
For Apple TV.
There's a Utah connection here.
Aniston will play the mother, who I guess is dead, was dead, and has difficult relationship with her daughter. The title is unfortunate, as Jennifer was famously estranged from her own mother, Nancy Dow, right up until her death. Dow more or less lived in squalor and enjoyed no perks of being a famous actress's daughter. Aniston wrote checks for medical care, and that was it. Well, so that's what she did. She did her medical care. Aniston was angry that Dow wrote a book about her early days as Friends took off, but Dow, her mother, had to do that to survive. She'd been divorced from Days of Our Life's actor John Aniston for a long time. Jennifer's a terrific actress. We'll see the possibilities in the material. What's the Utah connection?
Her mom was
whose mom?
Jeanette McCurdy.
Okay.
I believe her mom was from here and was LDS.
An 82-year-old woman died while hiking the Stewart Falls Trail in Utah County. The woman was hiking with a group around noon Tuesday, July 1, when she collapsed, according to Sergeant Ray Ormond with the Utah County Sheriff's Office. Members of the hiking group began life-saving measures while contacting first responders. Search and rescue, life flight, and additional medical personnel responded to the scene, took over. However, the woman died at the scene. It was really hot and, 82 years old and hiking to this. I don't know how difficult that hike is, but any hike in 82-degree temperatures is going to be difficult. We have a couple of new owners of the Sugar House Pub. That's the place that was closed because of the
underage.
Yeah, a bunch of underage people. Paul Maritzis and Xenia Maritzis, the new owners of Sugar House Pub. It's been a month since the pub reopened on May 31st, and every night the new owners say past regulars have told them how glad they are that they can visit the bar again. Before May, Sugar House Pub had been closed for about 6 months because the Utah Department of Alcohol Beverage Services had suspended the license following a law enforcement operation that found underage drinking on the premises. And it wasn't just one; it was
a pattern of behavior.
Well, it was a bunch of people in there at the same time too.
It was like the worst kept secret.
Yeah. So Maritzis, he was a musician with 2 local punk bands, Massacre Guys and Angle, so they both, and he worked at the Speedway and did a lot of stuff.
Well, he
at the
knows
Speedway.
the stuff then.
Yeah. So good. That's good. I'm glad that place is reopened. I know a lot of people like that place. Trader Joe's is opening a new location in Riverdale. That will make 6 Trader Joe's in Utah. A Trader Joe's, people used to say that they would never open here because they can't sell wine. But
I think they do just fine without selling the wine. They're packed.
I think they did. Were hesitant to open because of that. But when they did, and they found out, oh, people like our stuff without the wine. Okay.
When's the next time I'm going to get to Trader Joe's? Parking lot's a nightmare.
God, it is. Oh. First time I ever went to a Trader Joe's was one in L.A., and the parking lot was a nightmare.
Yeah.
An absolute. And the parking lot, the one here on 4 South is not too bad usually, but that new one they opened up where the
Boys?
Yeah, Manny, Mo, and Jack were. Yeah. That one's, boy, that looks terrible. I haven't even tried to go in there. Donald Trump at the Alligator Alcatraz, although Kerry says we ought to call it the Alligator Auschwitz.
Alligator Auschwitz is its name.
He's unveiling this El Salvadoran-style migrant fortress. Footage of the new center shows a series of cages housing bunk beds lined up inside of a heavy-duty tent.
It's leaking already.
Where migrants are expected to sleep. The setting is reminiscent of El Salvador's notorious Serrat prison, the notorious jail, who has the capacity to hold 40,000 inmates. That's the one in El Salvador. Guarded by soldiers and police, the jail has high electrified walls. The president toured the site along with Ron DeSantis, who's friends with him again now, and Kristi Noem. Yeah, Kristi Noem, and saying, "Oh, you've got a lot of bodyguards, a lot of cops in the form of alligators. You don't have to pay them so much, but I wouldn't want to run through the Everglades for long." He also praised DeSantis, his former political rival, for doing great work. You don't always...
Well, let's not forget Ron DeSantis on this, because, the storm season is coming in Florida, and they were able to put this Alligator Auschwitz together in a week.
It'll blow down.
No, his point being, why can't you rebuild other things?
Why can't you rebuild other things? You say you're out of money, but it takes you months to do other things.
DeSantis said people just don't want to see illegals deported. It's not about the Everglades. I don't know what that means.
He wants to see them eaten by alligators? Is that what he's saying?
I think that's what he wants. And then there are some. Somebody in the administration did some drawings of alligators wearing ICE badges and cop hats. And finally, this story: a medieval knight reenactor was stabbed in the face during a mock battle outside of a historic English castle. A freak accident that left several children in attendance horrified.
Jeez.
The 37-year-old Horsham man, clad in full body armor...
Well, he should have been protected then.
...suffered a severe head injury when his opponent's sword pierced his visor during a living history demonstration at Bodenham Castle in East Sussex on Sunday afternoon. The 37-year-old Horsham man, unidentified combatant, was rushed to the hospital where he remains in critical condition. "We're treating the incident as an accident. We're offering support to his family," said Detective Inspector Barry Chandler in a statement. And he's the opponent, a 36-year-old man also from Horsham, said organizers are helping us with our inquiries. The historic event drew a large crowd of excited spectators, including children, who were left shaken when the staged sword fight suddenly came to a disturbing end. I think there was blood involved as well. And all the kids were, you wanted some historical representation. There you go.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Well, the News Authority bill, here's what the headline says. Sean Diddy Combs acquitted of most serious charges, convicted of prostitute-related offense. I'm calling a win here for me.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and call a win for you.
I want $25.
No, the bet was he was either be acquitted and go free, or he would not be acquitted and have to do jail time.
Utah's own Damian Lillard, Milwaukee Bucks are going to waive him. Now, he got hurt pretty bad toward the end of the season. He's got a torn Achilles tendon. But they're going to pay out his $103 million left on his contract. That means there was more on his contract, and this is just what's left. $103 million. Let's see. Weather. 50% chance of some kind of thunderstorms today. It will be cloudy, 94. Not a lot of rain associated with those thunderstorms. Could be windy, maybe some spotty sprinkles, but the lightning is the thing that makes us nervous with everything as dry as it is. Overnight low 68. Traffic, there's a debris removal on southbound I-15 near 72nd South in Midvale. Stopped all lanes for a few minutes to remove it. Traffic was backed up while they were getting things moving again. Very slow traffic southbound Legacy Parkway leaving Bountiful through Woods Cross. There are flashing red lights in the distance, possibly blocking the right lane and shoulder. And you can always text us and let us know what you're seeing, 33986. Experience the power of Laser Rush, a mind-blowing laser show set to legendary music of Rush. Created by the acclaimed Laser Maestro, this immersive spectacle lights up the dome with epic visuals and classic rock only at Clark Planetarium.
All right, very important. Listen, pay attention. brand new Foo Fighters song coming up just after 9 o'clock. So be ready for that.
Okay.
Brand new Foo Fighters. So we're going to have some messages here, your list of things that must go, and we'll have the new Foo Fighters song and then the boner recap game. So it's all spelled out for you. Easy. All right, after these.
Yeah, you listen to Radio from Hell in your car, but
These are things that are bugging you, things that, dear friends of the program, you just can't take it anymore. And you're at your wit's end, as they say. So I know what I'll do. I'll send these to Radio from Hell, and maybe if they read my Must Go on the air, these things will disappear from my life. Make me feel better at the very least. So send your Must Goes to us. Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put Must Go in the subject line. Gina.
Let's see. Good morning, Lord. You can use my name. It's Tristan. Post-sale ads must go. When I order a pizza online and they offer me a $40 credit, but in the fine print I need to install a shopping browser extension and it's not actually money, it's savings. If I spend hundreds of dollars or more, then it offers me a streaming service for just $2 more a month when I prepay for $12, then $50 on a... You know when it keeps giving you one pop-up after pop-up?
Yeah.
I just want to order a pizza. Thank you. Legitimate news sites with paid ads that are made to look like news articles must go. I mean, the big boys, too, like the ones on the broadcast networks and cable TV. These ads with clickbait titles make your website look cheap and your integrity questionable. Lastly, dating app notifications that say, somebody likes you must go. It's always just a bot. Nobody likes me. Oh, we like you, Tristan.
Sort of.
Hello from Sleepless in Sandy. What must go is cruelty being the point of everything in this current administration. These people have no human compassion. Hello, please use my name. It's Bryce. I've recently become a handyman, and some things I've encountered while on the job are things that must go. Number one, not cleaning up the toilet when I'm coming to fix a toilet issue. Please. Clean up and remove excess items from around the toilet and in the toilet so I can do my job in a timely manner.
In the toilet?
Similar issue with under sink leaks or maintenance. Kindly remove the items you store under the sink so I can get in there and see the issue. I don't want to accidentally spill something and end up bleaching or staining your floor. Please put your animals away. I love animals and they usually love me, but I don't need to be on the floor and have your dog think it's an aggressive behavior and try to attack me. Kids are curious and inquisitive, and having someone with tools in the house is exciting, but I don't want them to grab my tools and end up hurting themselves. As a handyman, my skill set is huge. When you ask, what do you do? I reply with everything. Please phrase your question as follows. Can you do this? It can save us both time. Thank you for reading these.
There you go.
Listen, I'll go next. I have one of my own. I'm hearing this a lot. It's people doing commercials using this. It's adult women using this little girl voice. You know what I mean? It's like, if your family likes chicken pot pie, farm out the cooking chores to banquet, and you'll get a crop of compliments. I just shudder every time I hear that voice. Here's one that says, I work in customer service at a call center, and the thing that must go is when I tell someone that the subscription they signed up for and the terms of service that they had to agree to that states that the subscriptions are non-refundable. And if they don't want to be charged after their trial, they have to make sure to cancel it. And then they proceed to call me months down the line saying they didn't realize that they were being charged. They want a refund. And then they proceed to yell at me for it and call me a scammer. This needs to go. This one says, thank you, Lords, for your must-go service. I go to great lengths to vet my doctors and dentists. I do my research. So it's so irritating and disrespectful that they pull a switcheroo without informing me ahead of time. I make an appointment with Dr. A to get a spinal injection. I don't want last week's new grad student, Dr. B, whom I've never met and whom I can't see, come in and with me face down and jab me in the back and give me instructions like, you've gone too far. This must go. And then finally this one, thank you for letting me listen. Tasha, formerly from Plain City, now in North Ogden. Thanks for letting us know that you've relocated, Tasha. I really appreciate that. My thing that must go is Amazon billing. Trying to balance my bank account, but Amazon only bills as it sends out each item, making the total I put into my register not match up to what they bill. It's confusing and frustrating to have to go back through to see what has actually been paid for. There has to be a better way, or I guess I could just keep better track.
Or you could do like we do and not use Amazon. All right. Mine is my must go is not from me. It's do we have the picture, Andy? There it's from my nieces, and this was recorded live on the streets
Tokyo.
That is they?
Yes. Oh, hi there. Welcome to Things That Must Go, Street Side Edition, standing out in front of the teppanyaki?
No.
What's it called?
Ikinari.
Ikinari steak.
steak.
Yeah, we didn't eat here, but these two did. We ate under the L train that you can hear right now. Tom Greenlee is loving this. I would love to introduce you to my two of my nieces. I have so many nieces, don't I?
Yes.
Now that I count them. And this is the Things That Must Go edition. Standing under the L train. Let's begin with Olivia. Olivia, how old are you?
I'm 20. I just turned 20.
Just turned 20 years old. And what are your things that must go?
So my first thing, I have to go with whenever parents order chicken tenders for their children at dinner. I've never understood. It's okay the first few times, but after a couple...
At 20 years old, they're still ordering you chicken tenders?
No, not for myself. But whenever I see other people ordering chicken tenders for their kids, it gets to a point. If you're going to go out to eat, you might as well try
Try new foods, right?
Try new food. Your palate will never expand.
Gina, we didn't tell her anything about your eating habits. We're not calling you out.
No coaching and not shaming.
But that's my must go.
Let it be known she works in a restaurant.
I'm Penelope. I'm 14.
14.
Woo, 14 today.
Almost at 13. And something I don't like, something that has to go, is when you are eating and someone sneezes or coughs. Whenever I'm eating and someone sneezes or coughs, it's okay if they look into their elbow so they can cover it. It's fine. But whenever they don't cover it at all and they're right in front of my food, I think I'll just stop, because now you put your snot and mucus all in my food. It's just disgusting now. So that's just one thing I don't like.
Snot and mucus. I think that's something we can all agree on, and especially germy kids.
Saw the mucus in my food.
See, this is where we compromise and we fix the problem. No kids at dinner. There you go.
Things that must go on the radio.
A very slow traffic southbound Legacy Parkway leaving Bountiful through Woods Cross. Possible blockage on the right lane and shoulder. Debris removal southbound I-15 near 72nd South in Midvale. It stopped all lanes of traffic for a few minutes to remove. Back traffic up into Murray. It's moving well now, but could be some residual slowage. Haster Games for board games. Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or hastergames.com.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we're going to take a break. Right after that break, the brand new song from Foo Fighters.
It just dropped.
It just barely. It was in Todd's mail this morning.
And he dropped it?
Yep. Dropped it in our computer here to play.
Good.
So brand new Foo Fighters right after a very short message. So stay tuned for that. And then right after that song, it's the Boner Recap game. Easy to play. All you have to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning, and you'll win what?
You will win Los Lobos and X tickets. They're coming to Red Butte on July 20th.
X and Los Lobos tickets, 877-602-9696. Call and line up as soon as you can. The sooner the better for the Boner Recap game. All right, KXRK Provo. Stand by, brand new Foo after these. Stockton 12 Honda.
Don't forget, Stockton 12 Honda is having a 4th of July sale. This weekend, 4th of July savings at Stockton 12 Honda. Best prices ever on all vehicles. This 4th of July weekend, you can celebrate at Stockton 12 Honda with some barbecue, some free barbecue. Shoot some hoops for your chance to win awesome prizes. Don't miss out. Save big at Stockton 12 Honda this weekend. Really, check out the new CR-V hybrid model. This is I've got a regular CR-V, but I'm really interested in this Honda CR-V hybrid. A huge selection of new Hondas. They've got the Pilot. Hassle-free customer satisfaction guaranteed at Stockton 12 Honda. I've bought cars from them before, and I will continue to do so. Whether you buy from Stockton 12 Honda or not, though, they're there to give you the best car service possible. You can use their service department. It's Stockton 12 Honda, your neighborhood Honda dealer in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy.
Clinton says,
In Clinton?
Mm-hmm.
What does Clinton know?
What? Pavel didn't like it. Huh?
I mean,
that was all right.
It was all right. That's what I mean. It's
it's their 30th anniversary today.
What's the name of the song?
Today's song.
Today's.
In 1995, their first album came out, so it's 30 years of Foo Fighters. So there you go.
And I'm warming back up to Dave, for those of you that are wondering.
Oh, is he?
I mean, he's not. He has not all the way redeemed himself.
He's
from
not
his
all the way
indiscretions.
out of the doghouse.
No, he's. I mean, but he's. I'm warming back up to him.
And that means a lot to people, and it means a lot to him.
I know he cares.
I know.
Mm-hmm. All right. It is time for the Boner recap game.
yeah?
Shall we?
Okay.
All right.
I'll do that.
It's a chance for you to win X and Los Lobos tickets. They're coming to Red Butte together on July 20th as part of the Red Butte Outdoor Concert Series. You can find the full concert series lineup and ticket links at x96.com.
All right.
I hope that Pavel guy doesn't try to win them.
I think it's Tennille. Is this who it is?
Is that who it is? Tennille? Is that
Tennille?
right?
Yeah, yep.
Hi.
Right.
Hi. Nice to hear from you. What are you doing today?
Nice to talk to you.
What are you doing?
Just getting ready to vacuum. I'm going to vacuum.
Yeah, don't do it while we're talking to you.
Yeah.
though.
Appreciate it.
No, I'll wait. I got it plugged in, but I was waiting until after I talked to you.
Is it a big job, a big vacuuming job?
No, it'll take about a half hour.
That's a lot of vacuuming, I think. I try to do as little as possible.
You got to get the lines just right in the carpet.
Is it what kind?
Yeah, you got to get the dog hair.
Oh yeah. Do you have one of those Dysons? One of those kind of?
I do.
Yeah, fancy
Yes.
vacuum. Yeah, good for you. All right, Tennille, I'm going to ask you who was the winner of the boner voting today. I'll read the three candidates. You tell me the winner, and you will stand to win this fine prize. Again, what is it, Gina?
X and Los Lobos
yeah.
tickets.
At Red Butte Garden. That'll be a good show. So, did you hear the boners earlier, Tennille?
I did, yes.
Okay, good. Here we go. Boner candidate number one was, I just want to see the temple. This is a drunk American breaking into and damaging a century-old Zen Buddhist temple in Kyoto, Japan. Boner candidate number two. Oh, and where was his drug stash hidden? Huh? Well, the nurse, this guy got stabbed, and they put him in the operating room, put him on the operating table, and a nurse found his drugs all right. They were stashed in his, what Kerry calls his prison wallet, his behind, his rectum. And then boner candidate number three, there will be root beer in the fountains, and I eat my burrito with my fingers, and this guy, he's a Marxist, and he doesn't want cops in the city, and he's anti-cop, and he's
none of the things they're saying about him.
Jason Chaffetz,
talking
about the now Democratic candidate for mayor in Chicago or in New York. So, Tennille, one of those candidates was the boner winner. Which one was it?
Number three.
You're absolutely right. You've won those concert tickets. Now, Tennille, before we put you on hold, can I hear your vacuum? Have you got it in your hand?
Well, no, but it's not far.
No, I'd kind of like to hear it.
It's plugged in.
I just like
All right, here we go.
Okay,
Here we
let's
go.
hear it. All right.
There we go. Did you hear it?
No.
Is it going? There we go.
Barely.
There it is.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's a quiet one.
Oh, is that what you were aiming for?
No. No, that just came to me at that moment. Tennille, hang on, and Katie will tell you how to get your tickets, okay? Thanks.
Hold on.
Thanks for being there.
All right. Yeah, the show is so political.
That vacuum was way too quiet.
It was awfully quiet, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I don't have a Dyson. Do you have a Dyson?
Yeah, I have one of the real simple ones, a stick, I think it's called.
Yeah, we used to have one, and then Sue found one that she likes better. I want to say it's not a Shark. I can't remember now. Anyway,
Ninja.
I don't remember.
Because we got the room. See, the Roomba's just sort of for daily stuff, but then you need a real vacuum for the big jobs.
Yeah, you do need a real vacuum. The Roomba kind of just keeps things tidy until it doesn't.
They have Roombas now that have a little mopping feature on them.
Oh, really? Yeah. They've had those for a while. They'll mop and or vacuum.
Which we just got one.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, that's because so I have the Roomba that it goes to a base and then it sucks all the dirt out of it.
It empties it, yeah.
And I keep having trouble with that. It kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, I mean, does it carry the water?
Yeah.
To do the mopping?
Yeah.
Again, what could go wrong?
You put water on board.
It's a moving thing that's carrying water.
Mm-hmm.
What could go
I don't know.
wrong?
We just got it. I'll have to let you know how it. Having multiple dogs means you need more.
But they're
cleaning
nice.
options.
They're robots, Carrie. You can send them. Like I can just be sitting at my desk and somebody will say, "Hey, the kitchen floor is dirty," and I can just send the robot into the kitchen. So it's programmed it'll go certain places.
How about the person who spotted that the kitchen floor was dirty?
Just
No,
bend over and clean it up.
No. We don't want to. We want to do as little physical labor in our house as we can.
All right. Let's see. We will take a break. We'll be back after the short break, which means more news coming up. So stand by for that after these. Missed a morsel of murder from your crime desk expert, Gina Barberi? Find it on the Radio from Hell podcast at All right, 9:16, and it is time for Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Smith's Pharmacy welcomes Express Scripts, Medicare D, and TRICARE Department of Defense Plan members. You can transfer prescriptions at smithsfoodanddrug.com/payer update.
Oh, my goodness, my news
Oh,
intros. Oh, no.
Use your mouth.
Here we go.
Come here, news is on. It's going to be a new episode. So?
There you go. With new garments, LDS brides are hot for sleeveless wedding dresses.
Oh.
I can get the dress I want, says a wife-to-be, as well as the remainders of my faith.
Huh?
What? As well as the reminders of my faith. There it is.
Okay.
The
That
reminders. That makes sense. Yeah. This is a big deal, I guess. Something strange is happening in Utah's massive marriage industry. Latter-day Saint brides suddenly are clamoring for sleeveless gowns. Are they planning to flaunt their porn shoulders?
Porn shoulders?
Roundly, it's what it says, roundly condemned for decades on the steps of what Latter-day Saints believe is their most sacred space, a temple? Are they defying preachings of modesty and standards of dress? Because as we all know, modest is hottest.
Well, now,
What?
I mean, Guy in the chat room makes a point here. Porn shoulders have been a thing for 40 years, but now, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to x96.com/live, you can see.
Well, no.
That's not.
That's a. I don't think that's it.
Yeah.
Last fall,
Yes,
the
it
church.
Is that the sleeveless garments?
Yeah, it is.
Last fall, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints introduced open-sleeve garments, which faithful members wear under their daily clothing as a reminder of sacred covenants, that look more like tank tops rather than the current capped sleeve choices. Leaders also offered a light one-piece slip-like option with even narrower shoulder straps. Now, brides-to-be in the Beehive State are keen to get their new garment styles for their temple weddings in these sweltering summer months, but there is a catch. They are currently available only outside the United States. In hot climates, Africa, the Philippines. These breezy garments aren't coming to America until this fall.
So the rest of you just sweat it out.
Well, no, dogged problem solvers are finding ways to get their hands on a pair or two as their wedding days approach. Many have tapped into the Utah-based faith's vast global network of volunteers, proselytizers, former missionary companions, and old Brigham Young University roommates. Some have paid members living abroad to mail them sleeveless garments or flown themselves to the nearest country where the new styles are being sold. Missionary moms are picking up their kids in Africa, and they've brought along an empty suitcase to fill with the precious commodity to distribute to friends and family. That's exciting.
God, so many rules.
So there you are. You can wear your temple garments on with a sleeveless dress now. You could not do that until just recently. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, yeah, he does not look well. I have to agree.
Who?
Ryan Seacrest, 50-year-old host and producer.
Well, he's got like 80 jobs.
And it looks like it's taking a toll on him. Many of his 6.5 million followers immediately noticed that Seacrest was looking leaner than ever.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
Well, but his face looks pretty.
Is he gaunt?
Kind of, yeah.
Is he Ozempic?
No. I think you pegged it. He works too much. He's posted close-up images of his face with a grizzled beard thinly veiling his bony jawline.
Jeez.
He looks frail. I hope he's doing okay, said one worried fan. He does look frail, I have to admit. But also, it could be, looking at these pictures in the Daily Mail, it could be that he's just starting to look his age, which I think
happens to everybody.
I think that's more likely. He's just starting to look like a middle-aged man instead of a young guy. Travis Barker has revealed that he owns one of the 10 empty liquid death cans containing Ozzy Osbourne's DNA. Now sold out, each can once contained iced tea that Ozzy Osbourne drank and was then laboratory sealed to contain his DNA.
They just put it in a Ziploc bag.
The autographed item was listed at $450 a piece on the Liquid Death website. All of this comes ahead of Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne's final concert. There are tickets still available, I think, January 5th, Birmingham, England. Meanwhile, Barker's gearing up for Blink-182's North American Missionary Impossible 2025 tour. But he's excited that he has...
Well, he can make his own Ozzy someday then, if he wants.
Yeah.
He's got his DNA. That's all it takes.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a story here about the tour being launched by the band Minus the Bear. I'm not going to do anything about that story. I just like saying Minus the Bear.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know the band. I just know their name.
We play them.
Yeah, do we play some of them? I just know their name, and I like the name, Minus the Bear. So there you go, Minus the Bear. Let's see what else we have here. Keith Urban, the country
Mr.
superstar.
Nicole Kidman?
Yeah, he's been married to Nicole Kidman for about 20 years. Abruptly ended a radio interview after being asked an uncomfortable question about his wife's latest role.
What?
During a Zoom engagement with Australia's Mix 102.3.
Oh, it's
Haley,
radio.
It's Haley and Max in the morning.
It's radio.
Yep, radio scum.
Urban was asked about, and I wouldn't have asked this. This is asked about Nicole Kidman's steamy on-screen moments with Zac Efron in the Netflix film A Family Affair. The host gave listeners a heads up that they would be playing their signature, excuse me, Wall of Truth game.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Oh, yeah, it's a signature. The Wall of Truth
Should
game.
we start doing a Wall of Truth?
Well, let's see what it is. See if it's worth stealing. I've got something stuck in my throat. Co-host Max Burford asked bluntly, "What does Keith think seeing Nicole with younger co-stars on screen?" The call with Mr. Urban went silent. He hung up on them. I think he did the right thing. He said he didn't want to. I don't think he wanted us to ask that question.
Well, no.
Well, I mean, she's acting.
Yeah,
it's her job.
It's her job. And I think he's aware of that.
Yeah, and I think he doesn't. One thing that they peg right. Apparently, he does not like talking about.
Yeah,
Nicole.
It's none of your business.
Yeah, it's my wife, and I
get Nicole on the show. You can ask her.
Yeah. Since becoming a new dad back in 2023, Robert De Niro has turned into something of a super fan of the Wiggles. I had
super fan.
I had no idea the Wiggles were still around.
Oh yeah, they have replacement Wiggles.
If you Google Robert De Niro and Wiggles, you will find countless interviews of the actor expressing his admiration for that group. I didn't know of them until I started seeing them, and my daughter loves to watch them. They're great. They have a lot of energy.
I don't, but they have a lot of energy.
I only had enough energy to get a woman pregnant. He and his 2-year-old daughter, Gina, got to visit the Wiggles backstage before their New York City concert, and perhaps no one was more excited than Robert De Niro getting to be, and it's a cute picture, I got to say, him sitting with the Wiggles and then his cute little daughter there, sort of in his lap. Or actually, she looks like she's trying to get away from him. Drake.
Oh, yeah. I hope we have this picture.
The internet has mercilessly trolled Drake for his fake abs.
What?
After he shared a shirtless mirror selfie showing his ultra-chiseled midsection and a snapshot. He revealed his glistening six-pack and tattoos while posing behind a stocked bar. He also shared a brief video clip of him jogging shirtless down a park path. "I'm wide awake for the nights that separate the type who get to it till they get it right from the type who just type." I have whatever.
It's a song.
Uh-huh. And but apparently it's fake. They're drawn on. They're absolutely fake abs. The abs do not match the body, said somebody else. He ordered abs from a menu or from Temu and forgot to add shoulders and triceps. And he looks pretty silly, I have to say. I mentioned this sports story, Gina, because I don't think you mentioned this Damian Lillard.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
That he got waived. Oh, yeah, he's the one with the 100. I didn't catch the name.
Yeah,
$103 million.
Utah's own.
Left, yeah,
Weber State's own.
Yeah, left on his contract. So they waived him, but that doesn't mean he's not going to go play somewhere else. It's just
everyone's saying, "Bring him to the Jazz."
Yeah. Joe Perry is weighing in on the possibility of a final Aerosmith show.
I thought they already said they weren't doing that because
I don't think Steven Tyler's well enough
No.
to perform. Although Joe said, I'm gonna check with him just to
I
see.
tell all these old bands, it's okay to be done. Don't you want to be remembered at the height, not of petering out?
You know, I didn't know that. Or maybe I knew I'd forgotten that Stephen King wrote The Running Man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew that. But Edgar Wright has just released a trailer for The Running Man, the adaptation of it.
Are you doing this for
with Glenn
Geek News?
Powell?
I would do it for Geek News, but the only trailer they released I can't play on the radio
Oh.
because the Federal Communications Commission thinks you're all 9 years old.
So it's going to be rather salty.
It's quite good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you can do it without Richard Dawson. I just don't know.
Coleman
how.
Domingo is the
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
good. As a matter of fact, we ought to have Coleman Domingo do a version of Family Feud.
You could put Coleman Domingo in anything.
Anything.
I think.
Yeah, you could
Comedy, drama, action, romance.
You could put him in a chicken suit.
Yes.
And he'd be good.
Yes.
Does this have any, I guess it has some appeal for some people. 35th anniversary of the original movie of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It holds a place in
Does it?
in geeks of a certain age's heart, and you got to kind of admire it because it was pre-CG.
Yeah,
those are all physical costumes,
Oh,
all
okay.
physical stunts,
practical effects,
all practical effects, and pretty for its time. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah,
and then they ruined it with that second movie.
Let's see if there's anything else here we need to consider. No. Idris Elba says he refuses to watch The Wire, which is the show that made him a big star. He said it's I don't want to relive it. He said of course he spent 3 seasons as the business savvy criminal Stringer Bell. And he said he broke poor Amy Poehler's heart by sharing that he's never actually watched the show ever. To be really, I'm honest, I didn't watch it at the time. I didn't watch it, and I feel bad. It's not that I'm not a fan of it. I made a show that was, so intense and so real and important. And even though we didn't realize we were doing it, I didn't realize the importance of the show while I was making it. And rarely do we. But he said, I didn't participate in its celebration as a viewer or as a fan, and I feel like I'm a little bit outside of the club. I've never seen my own performance. That's pretty amazing because he was.
There are a lot of people that don't like to watch themselves.
Well, I don't like to, but he was so good. He ought to watch himself just to see how good he was.
Maybe he doesn't know how good looking he is. Maybe he has no idea.
Oh, I think he knows that. It's about Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, Bill Hader.
It's a cartoon.
I guess is Bill
he's just
voicing it?
He's the voice. He's the Cat in the Hat. Yeah.
I could see that. He's tall though. He could play like Mike Myers did. He could do.
Yeah.
The Cat in the Hat's a jerk. I mean, he's just a jerk. I don't know why anybody likes him. He comes in and ruins everything. He's just terrible. He's a terrible influence on children. I think that if we're going to ban books from schools, Cat in the Hat should be one.
Start there.
Yeah, Cat in the Hat should go.
Weather.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Martin Short is the Cat in the Hat.
Let's
what's
see.
The Bill Hader story? I thought I saw that he was voicing it.
That's what I thought too. It says Bill Hader's cat causes chaos.
Oh.
The Cat in the Hat is returning for more chaos.
The PBS show is an older show. Okay.
Starring Bill Hader and Quintana Brunson.
There you go. That's why. Yeah, all right. Weather. Sorry about that.
It's okay. 94 for a high today. 50% chance of thunderstorms. That doesn't mean a lot of actual rain involved with that. We could see some spotty sprinkles. More worried about the lightning part of that and the wind. 50% chance of showers overnight tonight, low 68. Tomorrow, 30 to 40% chance of thunderstorms. And starting today, you can set off fireworks. I don't know why you would. Don't.
11 a.m.
Don't. Just go to a professional. You can't do them as good as the professionals anyway, so just go to a professional fireworks show this weekend. Cascade Collision Repair for Utah's leader for certified repairs. Get a free estimate online at cascadecollision.com or in person, including their newest location in West Valley.
All right, so we will take a break. We got your concert and community calendar. After these, stand by.
Oh, they're very good.
All right. Let's see. Oh, it's
time for Mr. Live Nation.
Let me get Trent on. There we go.
Trent Falcone, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you today?
Well, it says here, Trent, that it's a slow week, so you're going to tell some jokes. Go, tell us a joke.
Boy, I'm ill prepared.
You want to hear my Senator Mike Lee joke?
Go for it. Let's hear it.
Why did Senator Mike Lee tiptoe past the medicine chest?
Let's go.
He didn't want to wake up the sleeping pills.
You could boo that if you want, Trent.
Why? He actually said that.
Say the punchline. Say the punchline again.
Okay.
Let me try to help you here.
So why did Mike Lee tiptoe past the medicine chest? He didn't want to wake up the sleeping pills. See?
That helped?
Oh, now I get it.
Yeah. All right.
Now I get it.
What? What's going on?
It's a slow week. We're going to let you blow stuff up in your yard this week. So it's a short week, but it's a good week. So after you get through the weekend, the legendary Primus is at Sandy Amphitheater. That's, of course, July 7th.
Wow.
The Onward and Upward tour, I think it's completely sold out. Was that ever a big-ass show band?
Couple of times.
That's a silly
Couple
question.
of three
You're
times,
being
maybe.
silly,
Yeah,
right?
they're practically Utah's own.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And then the second show of the week, this is practically 5 shows in one, so this counts for the rest of the week. Tuesday, July 8th, Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. This is the Summer of Loud show. So this features Kill Switch Engage, Parkway Drive, I Prevail, Beartooth, The Amity Affliction, The Devil Wears Prada, Alpha Wolf, and Kingdom of Giants. That's just one big ass-kicking is what that is.
Yeah. That sounds like so much fun.
Oh, it's going to be an awesome show. My buddy Scotty D is looking forward to the show. Bill, you ought to join us. We can go to the show, and then the rest of the week you can sit on the couch and ice your knee. What do you think?
and drool. Yeah. I'm not good with sweating anymore.
We can sweat and we can bleed anyway.
That's right.
And then since I've seen you last, we had one on sale, a big one. Adam Sandler coming to the Delta Center. That's October 26th. Tickets are on sale now for that one. So we have to do it for the giveaway. I mean, there's really only one answer. You've got to come to Summer of Loud. Again, be advised, this is angry music. Guys yelling at you for 8 hours. If that's your thing, we're going to give you a 4-pack of tickets because you have to come with some friends.
Support.
So you can beat the snot out of each other in the pit.
Or
right?
you need somebody to drag you out of the way.
Yeah. That's right. 4-pack of tickets and we'll call.
877-602-9696 is the number. First come, first served for that 4-pack of tickets for the Summer of Loud, which is July 8th. Thank you, Trent.
All right. Have a great weekend.
You too.
All right.
See you guys. Bye.
Thank you. All right. What else do we got, Katie?
Other things that are currently going on, well, like he said, there's really not any concerts happening. So it's all 4th of July events.
That's good. We need to know about those.
There's a list, and I have a link to all of these. This is the place: Sandy City, the Gateway, Dave and Buster's, Brighton, Holiday, Brighton Resort, Holiday, Magna, Murray, West Jordan, South Salt Lake. I am sure I missed some, but there's a link to all of them at the Visit Salt Lake City site that you can go to.
And what are they? I mean, Dave and Buster's, are they doing fireworks at Dave and Buster's?
You know, I don't really know, but most of the other places are. Although I don't think this is the place can do fireworks, since they're so high up. So I'm not too sure what they're doing there. Other things that are going on this weekend. On Saturday, you've got Real Salt Lake versus the St. Louis City. They're coming to the America First Fields. You have Odd Lake City, the Summerween Festival over at the Masonic Temple. The
what?
A Summerween. So you
Summerween.
remember
Like Halloween.
I thought you said submarine.
No, I mean close.
Okay.
So you know how we were talking about that last week?
Summerween,
So it's Summerween. There's going to be a lot of fun things over at the Masonic Temple. The Harry Potter exhibition is still going on down at the Southtown Mall. You have the Summer Showdown at the Broadway Theater, which is But I'm a Cheerleader versus Hairspray. It's the original Hairspray, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
with Harvey
Johnny
Firestein.
Depp?
Yeah.
Is it Harvey Firestein?
Yeah, Harvey Firestein, Johnny Depp, and Tracy Lords.
And then we also have
Harvey
the
Firestein wrote that show.
the Gem Fair.
I thought John Waters did.
We have the Gem Fair going on this weekend over at Mountain America Expo Center. I swear I know how to say that. Along with the Monster Jam. It's the World Finals going on over at the Maverick Center. So that's happening this weekend. Also, all the farmers markets, downtown's farmers market, the Wheeler Farm, Sandy City, Sunnyvale, Far West Farmers Market was sent over to me. I believe that's still going on. Saturdays and Sundays.
Sorry, Monster Jam's at Rice Eccles.
Oh, it's at Rice Eccles. You're right. I'm sorry, not Maverick. But that is the World Finals, so that should be super, super fun. That is everything that I've got for this weekend. All 4th of July stuff, pretty much. So enjoy your weekend.
I'll be hiding from the 4th of July stuff.
Me too, with my dogs.
Yes.
Carrie, you're right. The original hairspray was created by John Waters.
Yes.
I think Harvey Firestein, didn't he play
the mom? He played the mom.
Edna Turnblad.
Yeah. So that's your concert community calendar for today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. What do we got here? We'll take a break. We'll play a song. It's an On This Day situation song. Coming up, stand by for that. UtahAdvocates.com.
It's the apple tree promotion. Utah Advocates are always getting involved locally, trying to help people in other ways. They help people every day. Be advocates if you need an advocate, if you've been injured in an accident. But the apple tree is something for kids that are at the road home, helping them start school with confidence and a sense of belonging. The road home needs your help to provide new back-to-school clothing, shoes, backpacks for more than 200 children. So how the Advocates is helping. There are 3 locations, Ogden, Murray, and Provo. They have like an actual tree with apples on it. And you can pick a tree, and on that apple has a specific child and the things they are looking for school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like backpacks and school supplies, clothing to wear back to school. They're not real apples, by the way.
They're paper apples.
So you can find out where those locations of the Advocates are by going to UtahAdvocates.com.
Coming up on Friday, October 3rd at Granary Live. Don't miss Dirty Heads.
4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off to adventure. All systems go. Prepare for countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off to adventure. All systems go. Prepare for countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off to adventure. All systems go.
No, because on this day, in 1982, Psychedelic Furs released Love My Way, the lead single from their third studio album, Forever Now.
My wife and daughter or child were out walking yesterday, as they do practically after every dinner.
That's called a passeggiata.
What they call it is
fart walk.
They call it stagger. Let's go stagger.
We call it fart walk.
So I guess every family has their tradition.
Yeah.
So they're out walking, and they're usually gone for 20 minutes, half an hour. They came back, and they had greenery in their hands, leafy stuff. I said, what's that? 4-leaf clovers. What?
Many 4-leaf clovers?
Where did you get these 4-leaf clovers? Well, this lady was just going into her house, and she saw us, and she said, "You guys want some 4-leaf clovers?" And we, what? She said, "I just found a whole patch of 4-leaf clovers growing. All of them were 4-leaf clovers."
Are they the ones you've overlooked before?
Yeah, I'm looking over that 4-leaf clover. I'm looking over my dead dog Rover, who I overlooked before.
I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I've overlooked before.
No, it's I'm looking over my dead dog Rover, who I overlooked before. One leg is bit off, the other is chewed. His head's in the gutter getting mildewed. No? Isn't that the way it goes?
No.
Anyway, this woman gave them a couple of 4-leaf clovers.
So have they had good luck?
Yeah, they had good luck because they showed them to me, and I said, "Okay, I'm going to bed." And they said, "See, it's good luck." It's exactly what happened. But I mean, I guess it was just odd. You find you find a patch of 4-leaf clovers, and then it's also odd that you would run into somebody who has found a patch of 4-leaf clovers and gives you some.
And then offers them to you.
That's
strange.
Yeah.
Well, I live in a strange neighborhood. There is no doubt of that. No doubt at all.
So do 4-leaf clovers get less lucky the more plentiful they are?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's the fact that they're rare is the thing that...
Exactly.
Where does the idea that they're lucky come from? That's some Irish thing, but...
A 4-leaf clover is a rare genetic variation of the common 3-leaf clover. It's widely considered a symbol of good luck, with each leaf traditionally representing faith, hope, love, and luck. The rarity of finding a 4-leaf clover is due to a genetic mutation, not a separate species. It's estimated to occur roughly once every 5,000 to 10,000 clovers.
But it occurs to me that I have seen people grow them.
On purpose?
Yeah,
they're cheating.
You can,
that's fake luck.
Yeah, but I think you can grow them in a pot. Or
genetically engineered luck.
Yeah.
You're playing God.
Yeah. Well, that's most of the fruit we eat, and it's all been crossbred and for hardiness and flavor and all that kind of stuff.
In 1869. 4-leaf clovers were gathered at nighttime during the full moon by sorceresses who mixed it with ingredients for good luck.
Uh-oh. So I think what's going to happen here is the people in my family are going to cast some spell on me.
You've got some sorceresses about.
That's what I think.
Your luck's about to run out.
Well, I'm afraid so.
Wait a second.
Yeah, try that again. I know what you're doing.
Because your luck is about to run out.
Yeah, now I get it. You have to have the sound effect.
Yeah,
it
doesn't work.
It
really
work as
doesn't
well.
work. No.
Yeah. Let's see. The clover with the most leaves ever recorded, 63.
What?
Guinness World Records verified this record. Found it in Japan, August 2nd, 2023. 63.
That would just be an embarrassment of riches then?
Yes.
It would be more than just good luck.
Yeah, I would go as far as to say it makes you immortal.
Possibly.
How do you feel about horseshoes for good luck?
They've never been good luck for me.
No?
But, yeah.
I make sure that I never hang them upside down over the door.
So
the luck runs out.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I was
want to
told.
do it this way so it catches the luck.
Yeah.
Not that way.
That's what I've done with all the horseshoes I have in my house.
So horseshoes aren't inherently lucky.
You got to hang it over a door.
They just catch it.
Yeah.
They catch luck.
Isn't there a more efficient way of catching luck?
Well,
isn't there a better way? I'd go as far as to say a Roomba.
How about dreams? You get a dream. catcher.
That's a
and
different
again,
thing.
big holes in that. You know.
Well, I don't know. I found that I make sure that all of the horseshoes I have in my house, they're pointing up to catch luck, and they've been inefficient so far.
We need all the luck we can get, right?
You know, a leaf blower on reverse would catch more luck.
Oh, yeah. The leaf sucker, then. If
I got one of those. It'll go backwards. All right. Let's see. Well, let's do the promo and crawl towards the exit, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Thursday's Radio from Hell show is the last one before the 4th of July holiday.
Well, let's go out with a bang.
Don't say that.
Geek news, movie reviews with Sean Means, Frank Christ, Beat Gina.
And explosive boners.
Okay, really don't say explosive boners.
Radio from Hell blowing up the airwaves Thursday here on X96.
I made you say explosive boners.
Boy, you just pick a theme and stick with it, don't you?
That's how you do those.
Bang, blow up. Okay, that's what I'll go with that.
You want to write the promo? You can write the promo.
I don't think you want that.
Sure I do.
No, you don't.
Well, clearly you do.
Believe me, you don't.
I don't?
Want me writing.
What would you do?
Well, they'd be twice as long, for one thing. And they'd be in meter.
You are welcome to do it.
Let's see. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
A 4-leaf clover.
Artie Fufkin is next.
Be kind. Please rewind. Wait. I didn't mean to rewind the whole radio station. Oh, jeez. This is Artie Fufkin's